Yo, we are out here, folks, with no electricity, no power. What a start. What a start to an episode, folks. I wonder what you guys can see over here. Nothing? Oh, I haven't cut the cameras yet. Sorry, folks, I lost my screen. How's everybody doing, folks? Boom and boom.
اهدى ما هو كل شي باين في المحنة الله بيشهد مين احنا رجالة ضمن طرطش لك بوم ضرب حرب الليلة ما بنغلب بدك شبال وعادي بنهد لك مرحب فيك في ولاد القدس مندبر حالنا محل اللغز رنات على نفحة وكل بخش وقت شفنا وياما وكله بصف ولا مرة نخاف ولا مرة ونص بدك بركان بنفقع بوف نعمل لك حفلة تخش تنط نستقطب مال بس بدنا نقص ما هو كله عارف ما هو كله شايف ما هو كله خايف والدنيا ترص استجدع دايما ووعك بحش انا ادرينالين فاجع بشباب بنضرب الغاز احنا الجدعان والزي نقلي رد بالك عم تعيشها بليش سوي واعمل واجمع كاش ما الدنيا صعيبة وبدها سلام سيبك من روح واحضر لك جاي انا قرش انا سمكة وصحابي ملن في مجال الماء مش نعمل غلبة تجيني خيلي بناخد العتبة تخوف بالليل ندوي لك عتمة بس شفت نسيش انا زي النوس لعفة تكفي بغزر رجال تحفر انفق ترجع بشوال وملينا اشلاق بلاجين
How's everybody doing? 116 of you guys in the live chat. How's it going, folks? It is time to repent. The internet has convinced me that I have been wrong about Idubbbz, folks. I've been here trying to be a good, loyal fan to Idubbbz, but I have been mistaken. Idubbbz is a cuck. And today we're going to watch Mutahar explain to us why Idubbbz is a cuck. More Willy Mac, the venerable Willy Mac, Ethan Klein, Sam Hyde, all of these people have been right about Idubbbz all along, and I have been wrong, folks. I have tried to defend Idubbbz, and I have paid the price. And it is more lucrative for me to hate Idubbbz on the internet because that is the reality of it. The hating Idubbbz industrial complex is going strong, folks, and I am ready to join it. Idubbbz is a cuck. Anissa is the devil. She controls him. All that sort of shit, folks, I'm ready. If it means more super chats, if it means more money on YouTube, then I will embrace the alt-right. I will embrace the Nazis, and I will embrace Sam Hyde fans and H3 fans alike. And we shall join the anti-Idubbbz army, folks. Let's hold hands in singing. Anissa is the devil, and Idubbbz is a cuck. Let's all do it together, folks. Let's all do it together. Now, we are going to be watching Mutahar and Willy Mac videos today. You're going to have to bear with me as we watch that shit. But first, there's a few topics we'd like to talk about. But before all of that, I'm coming to you solo, by the way. The cats ain't chilling with me. I have their setup ready, but they ain't sitting there. Also, but I am disappointed in the cats today. I'm not going to lie. Maki and Nata dropped one of my comic book long boxes, and they bit through my Swamp Thing Annual #2, written by Alan Moore. That thing could be pretty valuable. I've had that comic for over 10 years, and they just bit right through it. I have threatened to return them to the gym. Vote in the live chat. Should I return Nata and Maki for being a bad boy and a bad girl? Should I return them to the gym, and Nata can go back to hiding under the treadmill? You hear that, Nata? You want to go back? Is that what you want? Yeah. Villainous kitties. Villainous, I tell you. Folks, if you'd like to join our Patreon, consider doing so. It is the best way to support our small, independent Lebanese YouTube channel, folks. We can't do it without your support. We out here. I need to buy a new, I'm going to buy a PC, folks. I'm going to buy a streaming PC. I'm going to build it. I've spoken to Elijah. He told me it's going to cost between $1,000 to $1,300, which isn't bad. I'm going to build a badass gaming PC, folks. Not gaming, streaming PC that I might use for gaming, but I need multiple monitors, folks. This I'm using a MacBook Air, which limits me to one external monitor, so all I have is like a TV plugged in over there. I need a fucking full-on PC with like 10 screens, okay, Batcave style, Batman style, you know what I'm saying? So consider supporting us on Patreon. I actually want to thank some brand new patrons who have joined us over the last few days. Abductee patrons, Elise Marrero, Kieran Goodwin, and Vince Lasagna. Well, I believe Vince Lasagna signed up for a whole year in one go. Thank you so much for your generosity, guys. And blonde patron, Unidentified Florida Man. Thank you so much, Unidentified Florida Man. There's some exclusive footage that I'll tell you guys about on Patreon right now. And, of course, you guys can support us by becoming members in the becoming members of the channel, supporting us that way, gifting memberships. You guys can also engage in the live chat, throw in some super chats, but you don't have to do any of that to support us. All you have to do is be here with us, like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, become a Do Not Warrior, join the family. Oh, wait. Is it doing this thing again where it says upcoming? Okay, let's see, folks. Let's see. Does it tell you guys, does it show that I'm live or does it say that I'm upcoming? Please don't be doing that again. Let's see. Okay, it's live. It's working. Okay, last time it was weird. I was doing a live stream and then it didn't show that I was live. It kept saying that it was upcoming, and that was kind of annoying. Okay, I'm back with you guys in the live chat. Also, I did a live stream a couple of days ago, so thank you guys, and I will thank some more patrons later on in the show. Let me get rid of this graphic. And by the way, supporting the channel is the only way that I can keep the crew paid and keep them around. So if you guys like the crew, if you guys want them to stay here and not just have me live streaming solo, consider supporting. Also, we're going to be doing another live stream this week. We're going to be ranking. We're going to be doing a tier list for anti-Zionist celebrities, actors, singers, your favorite online celebrities, anyone who has spoken out against Israel. We're going to be ranking them in a fun tier list. I'm going to be joined by Karine and Nour and maybe someone else. I'm not sure. So that's going to be fun. Join us for that. That is going to be either tomorrow or Friday. Stay tuned for that. And I might be doing another solo live stream. Trying to keep the content rolling, folks, as I steamroll through unemployment, which will start on the 1st of July, folks. I shall be happily unemployed and, well, not happily, I mean, unemployed, but I will be a full-time streamer, folks. God bless the YouTube papas. Welcome, everybody. Nour is in the live chat right now. What else am I missing? The last live stream, also, I did a live stream on Monday. I wanted to react to the Jubilee, the Ahmed Fuad al-Khatib Jubilee video, but apparently Chris Kunzler tried to react to it earlier, and then he got like a copyright strike, and his live got taken down. So we had to pivot, and then I reacted to a Guardian documentary in the second half of my live stream, and then that got taken down by copyright, so the video got blocked. So I just made the first half of that live stream exclusive for members and patrons. You guys can watch that, and we made the Fuad al-Khatib clip, the Ahmed Fuad al-Khatib clip, into a clip that you can watch as a video on the channel, so check that out if you missed the episode. So everyone can get a piece of that episode, but members and patrons, you get some exclusive. You get like 2 hours of live stream that no one else can access right now. Sorry for the technical difficulties, always get in the way when we're doing this. One final thing that I want to talk about before we get in, I think Uninformed Leftist is doing a live stream right now. Let's go show him some love. Let me see if he's still live right now. If he is live, let's go show Uninformed Leftist some love. What do Twitch streamers call it? A raid? Let me see if he's still live. He told me he was. Yep, he is, folks. Let's go raid Uninformed Leftist. How about that?
The protests and the violence.
Go tell him the Do Not Worry podcast sent you. Here's our boy James. We're trying to work out like a collaboration, me and him. We finally have each other's WhatsApp numbers. We're on WhatsApp now.
Officers marshaled and pushed back protesters. The majority have been peaceful, but on Monday night, 23 businesses were looted.
So guys, go to Uninformed Leftist. Subscribe to his channel, first of all.
Appearing to control the situation.
I mean,
and let's go raid. Should I tell him something in the live chat? Do I say raid incoming? Don't embarrass me, folks. Come on, let's go. Let's send a raid his way. Let's go. I'm monitoring his live chat.
Inflation of breaking windows.
I am monitoring his live chat. I want to see you guys in his live chat, folks. Let's go. Don't close my video. Open another tab.
Do violent actions against protesters.
Yes, Chris is going live at the same time we're going live.
They shoot them in the heads with
That's
rubber
what's been
bullets.
happening.
They shoot them with tear gas. They use sonic blasts.
There we go.
Like,
yes, there we go. King Coho. Let's go. Let's get some Twitch culture in here, folks. Let's go raid our friend. Go subscribe to his channel.
Crush them with their horses. Breaking a window is not violent.
There we go.
I hate when media says
I'm glad he's seeing the love, folks.
The protests were peaceful until a window was broken.
Awesome. You guys are great, man. 280
okay.
You guys. We're going to get going, folks. We're just having some fun right now. Don't forget, Idubbbz is a cuck if you're just joining us. I have joined the dark side. Idubbbz is a cuck, and he says, the devil, give me that sweet, sweet monetization. Give me that sweet, sweet anti-Idubbbz money. The grift, the anti-Idubbbz grift. I love turning against my favorite creators that inspired me. If it means making more dollars, folks, I want to turn against Idubbbz. Fuck it. Fuck self-respect and fuck being a loyal fan.
A security guard there? Was it a violent hysteria or something?
All right, you guys are great.
Do Not Worry sent us. Oh my god.
There we go.
He sends his regards. I'm texting with him right now, guys. Do
We
not
are literally
worry. I
texting
am
right now.
talking with Anthony, okay? But I appreciate everyone joining in. No, I haven't seen the Ahmed Jubilee yet.
Awesome. You guys are great. Okay, let us get started with this episode, folks. Let us get started. We are going to be reacting to Mutahar and stuff a little bit later. I'm going to be talking about why, Idubbbz is a cuck. All those great things, folks. Idubbbz being a cuck. Isn't that great? Let's go. First thing I want to discuss. Did I mention everything that I want to right here? I believe I did. I hope you guys are having a good night. By the way, if you guys see me looking at my phone, that is me looking at the live chat. And speaking of live chat, I think I saw some super chats coming in. Let me read those super chats before we get kicked off. Madness Arcade sends $5 and says, "Can you play Wine by Zaba on stream? It will be stuck in your head. It's a banger." Hey, fuck it. Let's do it at the next episode. Let me screenshot that, and then we will play that song. Thank you, Madness Arcade, for the constant generosity. We love you. Also, Madness Arcade with another 5. Play it in full. Fuck it. We will. We'll play it in full. Mud, Anthony Villain, right wing, arc. You know it. It's time. It's time to enjoy that grift money, okay? The Idubbbz is a cuck industrial complex, is rich and is swimming in cash. So let's make it together. September Garden sends 99 ZAR and says, "Did my final exam today so I can finally watch live now. Love from South Africa." Oh, that's fucking awesome, yo. South Africa. Welcome September Garden. We're so happy to have you here. Mudman sends another 2 euros and says, "Anthony Evil Twin trying to return the cats to..." Oh, you hear that, Nata? Nata and Maki? You're going back to the gym. Madness Arcade, did you read my comment? Play the song, please. I read your comment. I will play the song at the end of the stream if that's okay with you. Just remind me in the chat. Don't send a super chat to remind me. And Jordan M very generously sends a massive super chat, $50, says, "Hope you're doing well, Anthony. Good luck on the new chapter in your life. Much love from the Midwest." W's in the chat for Jordan M. Thank you so much for the support. We love you so much. I'm happy to be with you guys tonight. There's a few things that I want to talk about that are very interesting, and then we will get to some reactions of some insane videos. First of all, there's a controversy brewing in Lebanon where there was a small back and forth between citizens of South Lebanon with a UN soldier, where a Lebanese man literally slapped a UN soldier and it was captured on camera. So a lot of people in Lebanon are angry, mostly at the guy for slapping the UN soldier, because for the most part, Lebanon doesn't have a lot of support, and the UN sometimes speaks out for us. Like they don't do shit. Let's be honest. The UN hasn't done shit to help Palestine or Lebanon, but at least they speak out against war and genocide sometimes, kind of, maybe, you know what I mean? But anyways, usually the UN soldiers are a peacekeeping force here in Lebanon. They don't do really anything to harm the local population, as far as I know. But here's that moment captured on camera, which has the Lebanese people divided. Some people are in support of the guy. They're like, hey, fuck the UNIFIL guy for laying a hand on a Lebanese citizen. But look, I don't have a lot of the context here. This is all I've seen, and I've seen some Reddit posts. So.
Hey! Don't touch him! Hey! Hey! Don't touch him! Don't touch him, Ula!
So I know who slapped the guy here. I'm not going to point him out in this video because I don't want to dox the guy and get him killed by the IDF or something. But it's a pretty fucked up moment. I haven't seen that before. Someone just slapping a soldier, you know what I mean? And I guess they're taking advantage of the fact that UN soldiers are usually pretty nice. They're pretty benign, that they're not out here to actually harm anyone. They're a peacekeeping force. So slapping a peacekeeper is kind of fucked if this was an IDF soldier, hey, I'd be all for it, bro. Slap the living shit out of him. But a UN soldier who's maybe trying to de-escalate a situation, it's not a good look on the Lebanese guy. I gotta say, I don't like this. Let's watch it again though. Yeah, he is Finnish. He is Finnish.
Hey! Don't touch him! Hey! Hey! Don't touch him!
Look, he is being kind of aggressive. The soldier is kind of being aggressive. It's the first time I actually watched this in detail. He is kind of being aggressive. And a slap is just a slap. It's not that bad, you know what I mean? It is a bit emasculating, I guess, but let's see this skirmish again.
Hey! Don't touch him! Hey! Hey! Don't touch him!
But he's just trying to keep his distance. Look, I don't know, man. I kind of feel bad for the soldier. I'm not going to lie. The guy, I kind of feel bad. I'm not trying to be a traitor to my own people, but it's not a good look. As a Lebanese man, I don't like to see that. He said, don't. I mean, he did say don't touch him, and he touched him. I mean, hey, you know what I mean? When in the South, I don't know. I don't like it, to be honest with you guys. You know what I mean? That poor Finnish man. He's like, I'm going to come to Lebanon and make a difference. I don't know if that's... What do Finnish people sound like? I'm going to come to Lebanon and make... No, that's horrible. I'm going to make a difference. So I think what the guy's saying is like, he's saying the truck tried to... Yidas alayna. It's like they're trying to like... To step on us or to drive over us. I think, you know what I mean? I think the truck was trying to go through, and then the guy was trying to block the truck, and then they may have tried to insist on passing.
Hey! Don't touch him! Hey! Hey! Don't touch him! Don't touch him, Ula!
It's such a juicy slap, too. Like, you see the whole thing, you see the guy's whole head move. It's, you know, I don't want to laugh at this, but like, hey, it's pretty fun. Okay, that's enough of that. Oh, Maki's here, folks. Hey, Maki. Maki paused the video. Oh, little Maki, what, are you going to settle in for a little nap? I fed them before filming. That way, they don't have to be all crazy and eat another box of comic books and bite through another one of my favorite comic books. Yeah, you better get comfy. Get comfortable, Maki. Get comfortable. Pick your seat so I can fix that camera angle so that people can see your pretty little face. All right. And my flashlight is still on. A regular occurrence here on the Do Not Worry podcast, folks. Can't be doing a show without having my flashlight on, can I now? Let me close some of these apps. Conserve some battery. Okay, Maki's getting comfortable. Let's get comfortable, and let's move on to the second topic. What do you guys think about the slap? This is, you know, Hollywood. You guys have the Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. We have a man from South Lebanon slapping a UN soldier. What do you guys think? By the way, Jordan M, again, thanks again for that huge donation. Like $50 right off the bat. We love you so much. You know, it's going to come in handy for that new streaming PC that I need to build. So seriously, we love you so much. All right, folks. Now, what else are we going to talk about before we get going in this episode? Ooh, okay, so the LA riots, you guys have seen what's going on. It's going crazy out there in LA. It's all crazy. It's all nutty. Sorry, I had a video of, do I not have it here? Let me try to find it. I had a video of, here, let's get into this. This soldier, LAPD officer Rick Linton, is fucking unhinged and unloading on protesters at point blank range. First of all, look at this guy's face. Before we even watch the video, you know this man is disturbed. You know this man is troubled, folks. Like, this is like like Lex Luthor's fucked up, warped cousin. You know what I mean? That was born with like some kind of disfigurement. You know what I mean? Mutant. This is mutant Lex Luthor right here, folks. Out here in Los Angeles, shooting people at point blank range. Insane face, by the way. Can I just say, like, again, we don't want to make fun of how people look, but like, this is terrifying. What a terrifying man. Like, this man doesn't even need to fill out an application to be a cop. He just gets the job by looking this way. You know what I mean? One look at this man, you're like, yep, you're an unhinged piece of shit who is going to shoot at protesters for fun. Come on in and join the force. Hell yeah, yeehaw. Let's keep them brown people in check. What a terrifying face. Okay, let's see what he did. Let's see what this beautiful gentleman was doing to people. Look at that. Like, okay, rubber bullets, you know, it's fine. You guys have seen the footage. Rubber bullets are very painful. They're very dangerous. They can take someone's eye out. They can fucking break bones at really close range. This shit is not a joke. You're not supposed to fire these things you're not supposed to fire these things at all. But if you're gonna do it, doing it at such close range is literally fucking criminal. He's reloading. Literally aiming at the person holding the phone. Sorry, this is the sound is coming from the video. Let me switch to Maki here for a second, as I just need to find a video of Asmongold reacting to cops like stepping on a guy. I thought I had sent it in the DMs. Let me see if I did or not. Okay, no, I did not. Did I have it on YouTube? Oh, yes. I remember. 1 second, folks. Let me just get to that page. Disinformation tracker. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you guys are having fun. Sorry, give me 1 second. So here's you guys saw the footage of the cop like trampling. A bunch of cops trampling a protester on horses, bro. And Asmongold apparently thought that was not a problem. According to Disinformation Tracker, today Asmongold expressed his support for police officers trampling a subdued protester with their horses. He also said he has no issue with people running over protesters and killing them. That's pretty chill. Asmongold has a deep respect for the law, except for laws relating to this is called, by the way, white privilege. I'm sorry, white people. The white people in the States are struggling just like anyone else, economically, financially, all of that sort of thing. But like when it comes to like people like Asmongold, this is where you see privilege. When people don't understand the need for protesting and rioting and side with the police against the people that are rioting, this is when you understand privilege. You know how many times as a Lebanese person I have fucking protested in the streets? More times than I care to count, folks. It is like a norm over here. You know what I mean? And minorities in the States know when they have to protest. Gay people have had to protest tons of times. The Latino community has had to protest. The black community has had to protest. Straight white people like Asmongold, rarely, they should be protesting. They should be protesting against the 1% hoarding all that wealth. They should be protesting against income inequality. They should be protesting against their rights withering away. They should be, but they don't give a fuck. But anyways, let's hear what he had to say.
Must have been the wind, yep. And then the guy got arrested. And I wasn't going to do anything. Yeah, fire mage pussy. Well, I guess he was out of mana. And yeah, so the media dies. Yeah, it's just misunderstood. Yeah, I mean, people like this. Like, I think that the big issue of like, of this and what the big problem is that people light stuff on fire. They destroy property. They basically just go ape shit. And nobody has anything happen. Like, there's never any consequences for these people. And so I'm really glad to see this happen. This guy trying to run away. Again, literally zero sympathy for these kinds of people. He's trying to run away from the police, etc. I don't give a shit. They're psychopaths. Well, there are people. The reason why these people are doing it, I'm off. Yeah, I mean, again.
Just focusing on a couple of people that burned a Waymo or something and saying that they should be punished. And in this way, by the way, like 6 horses fucking trampling a guy. This is so barbaric. This is like fucking Middle Ages type shit. Just time to multiple horses and have each horse run in a different direction.
To run away. Again, literally zero sympathy.
This is not clickbait. For those asking, this is not clickbait. I have decided that Idubbbz is a cuck and Anissa is the devil, and we're going to watch Mutahar and Willy Mac explain to us exactly why, folks. It is time to make that sweet, sweet anti-Idubbbz money, okay? We're going to get to it in a second. Just be patient. Join us for this fun night of gaffs and goofs.
For these kinds of people. He's trying to run away from the police, etc. I don't give a shit. They're psychopaths. Well, there are people. The reason why these people are doing it, I'm off. Yeah, I mean, again, they should immediately arrest this guy. And the mayor said it was Trump's fault. Yeah, watching him bonk the dude with a horseback. Yeah, huge W. I mean, again,
huge W for doing it on horseback.
Arson and somebody like this should spend a lot of time in jail. That's what I think.
How must have been the wind.
Yep, so that's what I think. If you stand in the road, you should be ran over.
Is he just like assuming that this guy burned something? What is he saying here?
So that's what I think. If you stand in the road, you should be ran over. I mean, I'm not really going to care a whole lot if that happens, but I'm not going to advocate for it either. I think that the police need to just go in there and arrest them before it happens.
If you stand...
So that's what I think. If you stand in the road, you should be ran over. I mean, I'm not really going to care a whole lot if that happens, but I'm not going to advocate for it either. I think that the police need to just go in there and arrest them before it happens.
So that's crazy, bro. I mean, look, I'll say it. If I'm in a car and I'm trying to get somewhere and someone's blocking the road, it would be probably a little bit annoying. But you got to look at the bigger picture. But like in case of emergencies, in case someone's like pregnant, someone's trying to get to a hospital, it is probably the most annoying form of protest. Oop, got a call. Let's see what's up. Is something wrong? Oh, have I just been not showing the camera? Idubbbz is in the chat. Oh my God. 1 second, folks. Idubbbz in the live chat. Idubbbz. Let's see. Idubbbz, I have betrayed you. Idubbbz, you are a cuck. Wait, I'm sorry, guys. I missed this. Where is Idubbbz? Let's go back up. That's fucking crazy. I can't see it. Idubbbz, I'm coming to Lebanon to give you a whooping. Idubbbz, don't you dare. Idubbbz, don't you dare. I'm going to explain myself, and I will even convince you, Idubbbz, that you are a cuck and that your wife is the devil. A she-devil. I need that money, Idubbbz. I need that anti-Idubbbz money. I need that Sam Hyde money. So we are doing it. Hello. Nour had to call me to tell me, Idubbbz, I wish I could tell you that I love you right now, but to keep going with the theme of this episode, I hate you. You better leave my... no cuckery in this chat, folks. And folks, W's in the chat for Idubbbz. Right the fuck now. W's in the chat for our beloved Idubbbz. The man who inspired me to make YouTube documentaries. We love you. Can you believe he used his own kind as an alarm clock? I know, right? He used a rat as an alarm clock. Back to Asmongold real quick. So I got distracted by the Idubbbz being in the live chat. Idubbbz, send my regards to the devil, Anissa. Out there puppeteering. Did Idubbbz even chat? Did Idubbbz even send this message, or did Anissa force him to send it, folks? Did Anissa force Idubbbz to send this message? Given my new beliefs and my new grift, I think that yes, Anissa sent this message. Let's just check a couple of the super chats. The beloved Marina Nimis, who I met on Monday, the lovely Marina Nimis, has just gifted 5 Do Not Worry memberships. Thank you for the gifted, Marina. We love you so much. Super Guy Bob sends $5. Less than lethal rounds are supposed to be shot at the ground and bounced up. Yeah, that's fucked up. I mean, all sorts of shit have been shot and aimed at me. I've never been fired directly. I've never taken a hit by a rubber bullet, but like, I'm glad I haven't. But yeah, also shooting at the ground is probably a way to do it. Razia R has become a Do Not Warrior. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Mr. Nemo sends $5 and says, react to this, please. What is anti-Zionism? Henry Abramson. I will. Let me add that to the list. Nour, if you can write that down. What is anti-Zionism by Henry Abramson? Add that to the Do Not Worry document. That way I don't forget, because I might forget. Razi Azar sent $50. Oh my God, that's so generous. Thank you for all you do. We'll see this through together. Razia, that is so generous of you. Thank you so much. We love you so much. That is so kind. That is going to go directly into the PC fund, the streaming PC fund. So thank you so much. Haley D, can you believe he used his own kind? Haley, the beloved Haley, always generous. And LA VOD on SUG topics Discord, you should cover too. LA VOD on SUG topics Discord, you should cover too. I need Dina Deathwish, thank you so much. I need to be checking that Discord a little bit more. Back to the episode, folks. We're going to get to Idubbbz, folks. We're going to get to the Idubbbz stuff very soon. That was Asmongold being disgusting and the crazy LA police officers. What else we got here? Ooh, Adam Brody, folks. Beloved Adam Brody, the Hollywood actor. What was he in? What show was this guy on? Remind me, I can't remember. Was it like that Orange County, the OC or something? So Adam Brody was doing a variety actors on actors where he was talking to Amanda Seyfried. I believe Amanda Seyfried. He mentions, Adam Brody says it's a tough time for Jewish people and believes his show was well received because it felt safe and celebratory without diving into politics, folks. So let's see Adam talking about feeling unsafe as a Jewish person. Variety, don't fucking copyright strike us right now. Okay, so he was from the OC. Let us see why it's been so hard. This is an Ethan Klein moment basically right now. So let's see.
I think right now is a particularly sensitive time for literally everyone, but certainly Jewish people. And I think this being a sort of safe celebratory space.
Certainly. Dude, oh my God, her face, bro. She's like this fucking guy. She's like this fucking guy. They are starving 2 million Palestinians in Gaza right now, and this fucking guy is sitting there fucking telling me that it's hard to be Jewish right now. Okay, keep going, Adam. This is where she's like, fuck the producers for teaming me up with this guy. I could have been sitting with Pedro Pascal. I could have been interviewing fucking who knows, you know what I mean? Anyone else. Brad Pitt. I'm blanking on actors. Who's the guy who's playing the Human Torch? Anyways.
For it has been very well received. you finally get to decide for yourself what's right and what's wrong. And I trust you won't make those decisions lightly.
Let's hold
because
hands,
they can
folks,
shape
and think of the poor Jewish community that is currently
the
suffering
rest of
right
your
now.
life. I think right now is a particularly sensitive time for literally everyone, but certainly Jewish people. And I think this being a sort of...
Certainly for Jewish people. Certainly. Always the eternal victims, always Jewish exceptionalism. They are the chosen people, a la Michael Rappaport. And again, we just saw this right now, but like here is Amanda's face as he's, you know, that's fucking awesome. We love you, Amanda. Anyways, that's it for Adam Brody feeling unsafe. Hey now. Okay. What else we got over here? So Greta Thunberg is back from Israel. She has been deported from Israel. Now, that's a country you would be happy to be deported from. You know what I mean? Usually being deported from a country has a negative connotation. No one wants to be deported from a country, but being deported from Israel, that's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. Let's see what's up.
How did the Israelis treat you? We saw them giving out sandwiches on their social media. How did they
Yeah, they probably have posted lots of PR stunt videos. As I said, I have not seen anything. But they did an illegal act by kidnapping us on international waters and against our will, bringing us to Israel, keeping us in the bottom of the boat, not letting us getting out and so on. But that is not the real story here. The real story is that there is a genocide going on in Gaza and a systematic starvation following the siege.
Way to stay on message, bro. She does not. She's taking every opportunity she has to talk about the genocide. No distractions. That's how it should be done. That's fucking awesome. Good job, Greta.
Blockade now, which is leading to food, medicine, water that are desperately needed to get into Gaza is prevented from doing so. But of course, there are many attempts like this mission, both by sea and land, to break that siege and open up a humanitarian corridor.
Could I ask you, did you said you had no contact at all with any of your other colleagues from the boat when you were detained? Is that what you said?
No, that's not what
They're asking her if she's had any contact with anyone else that she was on the boat with.
I said. I was just mainly speaking. I don't really know what's going on because
you don't know what's going on with the others.
Are you worried
no,
about?
I wasn't able to say goodbye.
Are you worried about the others, that they might be detained for
Yeah, I'm very worried.
I know that one of them, I think her name is Sarah something, refused to sign the deportation papers, so like they're moving her to like some facility. That's fucking crazy, bro. They're such fucking assholes, man.
About them, we heard many different messages pointing towards that they would not make it easy. And there were troubles with being able to see lawyers. So I'm very much calling for their immediate release and calling for everyone who can to mobilize to their governments and other ways to demand their immediate release. And of course to demand not only humanitarian aid being let into Gaza.
Oh, so Rima Hassan has been sent to prison. Some people in the live chat are saying, I'm worried about the prisoners. You have every reason to be concerned for the prisoners. Jordan M is saying, Miss Rachel is still going hard on IG. Yo, Miss Rachel is a fucking queen. My respect for this lady has gone from like not knowing who she was to her being like an idol.
But also a ceasefire, but most importantly an end to the occupation and an end to the systemic oppression and violence that Palestinians are facing on an everyday basis.
Are you disappointed you didn't manage to break the blockade?
I don't know if disappointed is the right word. This is a continued violation of international law and war crimes that Israel are systematically committing against Palestinians by not letting aid come in by...
So you guys heard this extremely eloquent, well-spoken young lady. And then this is what Eli Roth, director of such films, and he's also an actor. He plays the Bear Jew in Inglourious Bastards. Okay, he's the director of. I'll show you guys his picture in a second. This is Eli Roth's face. He was also in that shitty HBO series, the one with Johnny Depp's daughter. I forgot, The Idol. Was that the name? Open up. Why aren't they showing me this guy's face? This is Eli Roth. Okay. The Verge from Inglourious Bastards, okay? This is what he had to say, and this is some of his filmography. Let's see some of his movies. He's made Hostel, The Green Inferno, which is a movie about cannibals, weirdly enough, related to the comment that we're about to read. Cabin Fever. He also made, they're trying to hide the fact that he made the recent Borderlands movie, a critical and financial bomb, one of the biggest bombs of the last like fucking 10 years in terms of how much money it lost. No one liked that movie, and he directed it. Don't forget, Eli Roth, director of Inglourious of Borderlands. This is what he had to say about Greta Gerwig. He shared this on his Instagram. It says, "You weren't kidnapped, Greta. You trespassed into an active war zone. You were warned repeatedly." He says she needs to be eaten by cannibals. This is what Eli Roth, director of the Borderlands movie, said about Greta Gerwig, folks. That she needs to be eaten by cannibals. Isn't that fucked up? Piece of shit. What else has he made? He's made Clown, The House with a Clock in Its Walls, Grindhouse. I think he produced one of the Grindhouse movies, or maybe he directed one of them. No, I think Alex Rodriguez directed one of them. He made like the Santa Claus movie recently, like the Crazy Santa or some shit. What did he make? Anyways, isn't that insane? Like a grown man, folks, triggered by a young, like Swedish girl who got on a boat to peacefully deliver some aid to starving Palestinians. He wants her to be eaten by cannibals. Fun times. So boycott any Eli Roth films. Don't forget, we're doing a anti-Zionist celebrity tier list. Either tomorrow or Friday. The crew is working on it. Karine and Nour are working on it. We're bringing the best anti-Zionist celebrities. We're working on a fun tier list. We're going to rank them together, folks, tomorrow, here, live on the Do Not Worry channel. Okay, folks, it's time. I've wasted enough of your time. You guys are here for the title of the video, that I am done defending Idubbbz, okay? Mutahar and Willy Mac are right about Idubbbz. Now, as you guys know, I reacted to the interview with Idubbbz's coach, Michael Briggs, and his wife, Kate, and I got a lot of shit online for that, okay? Now, let's go to the H3 subreddit, the main H3 subreddit, and if you type in Millhouse, by the way, they don't know H3 subreddit. Millhouse is with one L, not two L's, you idiots. But anyways, let's go to the H3 subreddit, and let's see, if you just type in Millhouse, okay, let's see how many posts they've done about me. Millhouse with two L's. Let's see all the posts about me in the last few days, okay? I just put it on new, okay? So 3 days ago. I have been reviewing Millhouse content ever since he said Kate's story about being a child bride doesn't matter. Okay, again, the child bride thing, folks. I just said that she was a piece of shit human for sitting on a podcast for 3 hours and divulging her clients' fucking every single detail because they didn't give them a bonus and because they felt like they didn't get enough clout from them. You know what I mean? On the internet. And that is no excuse to get online and talk shit about your clients for 3 hours. I'm sorry. You've lived through some childhood trauma. You were a child bride. That's horrible. I'm sorry. I'm still going to criticize you and call you a piece of shit, okay? I even gave the example of me living through trauma. I lived through the Beirut blast on August 4th. I almost died. Third biggest non-nuclear blast of all time. Do I sit there and tell people that they can't criticize me because I've lived through some trauma? No. Fucking criticize me. That's what the H3 subreddit is doing all day, every day. So let's see just how many posts they did about me in like the last 6 days and tell me who is nuts and unhinged. So H3 Productions right here. I don't know who wrote this, but they're like, I have been reviewing Millhouse's content ever since he said Kate's story about being a child bride doesn't matter because she's an adult piece of shit, and I honestly think this guy gets away with, what does he say? This guy gets away with a lot because nobody watches him. And then this has 65 comments, 1.2K upvotes, folks. That's kind of insane. That's a lot of fucking upvotes. And then 3 days ago, Ahmed, they're talking about Ahmed Fuad Khatib, goes off on Millhouse. He shared whatever tweet he wrote. He also shared it on his Instagram. They're excited about that. Question about pro-Islamist leftists. Oh, that's the one where they said that I was going to get blown up. Nice. Where they wished the IDF to kill me. Yeah, by the way, they wished for the IDF to kill me. How could I forget? Let me pull that up, actually. Let me pull that screenshot up. I have this full exchange. Do I? Let me see if I can find the full one. Yep, there it is. I'll get it. One moment, folks. Let's switch to Maki's cam as he takes a little nappy nap. So it's a little small, but they're like, question about pro-Islamist leftist. I'm wondering if Hassan gets arrested or deported and Noah Samson loses his lawsuit. Will the others go scurrying and go into hiding for the foreseeable future? I'm sure that the more psychotic true believers like Milhouse will still go on as normal. Frogan is probably too dim to know what not to say. So this person says, hopefully Hassan gets deported back to New Jersey. This other person says, New Jersey's so bad I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but I'd wish it on Hassan. Sorry, let me go back to the live chat. Then this person right here, I'll try to get his name in a second, says, I'm guessing Hassan gets deported to Ukraine. Noah moves in with bad empanada in Argentina. Milhouse catches a missile strike by the IDF. Denims opens a portal to hell and goes back home with Anissa. Mike from PA gets forced into RFK's fat camp, and Frogan zips her lips and disappears. The curse on Idubbbz is then lifted. Him and Ethan squash the beef. So Milhouse catches a missile by the IDF. Isn't that fucking insane? And then they want to tell me that the H3 community is pro-Palestine. Ethan Klein is pro-Palestine. Wow, that's such a pro-Palestine thing to say. And then someone says, I hope Hassan gets sent to Guantanamo Bay. So these are the fun things that the H3 subreddit has been saying about me for defending Idubbbz, folks. So I don't think I can take it anymore. I think I want to betray Idubbbz. And, you know, fuck loyalty, fuck being a fan of this guy for many years. I'm getting yelled at on fucking Reddit, folks, and I don't like it, okay? And I want to be good with the H3 and Sam Hyde fans. Okay, that's my goal. I want Destiny fans, Sam Hyde fans, and H3 fans to love me. Then, here's another post from 4 days ago. Milhouse, when his podcast leaves Hassan's bubble and he finds out laughing at victims of rape and child marriage is actually a barbaric look. Bro, when did I ever say that, like, being a victim of rape or child marriage isn't a bad thing? All I said was, I'm not going to sit here and fucking listen to this lady share her story after she sat there and shat on people that I like for 3 hours, bro. That's all. It's a very tragic thing. No one's taking anything away from her trauma, but her trauma does not excuse, okay, being a piece of shit. And also, I really don't feel that bad for these people, bro. They literally have been sharing their, like, Venmo on Instagram stories, like, hey, give us more money. Thank you so much. They literally got on there for clout. They literally sat there for 5 minutes and talked about their fucking merch and talked about their fucking hoodies and their mugs. You know what I mean? This is literally what this is all about. Here they are, bro, pushing their fucking Venmo. Okay, like, I'm sorry, man. Like, you guys want me to feel bad for that lady? What they did was so fucking transparent. Bonafide boxing right there. Thank you, everyone from the H3 podcast and the H3 family. For those of you reaching out to support us, our hearts are so filled with so much love and joy. Our Venmo is linked here and also in bio. Bonafide Boxing Pro, M Alpha Fit. Like, imagine being such a shitty boxing gym and boxing coach that you're there taking donations from people, bro. Charge people for your services if you're a good fucking boxing coach. Bonafide Boxing. There you go. From Kate. Venmo, Kate Hart Michael. Oh, thank you so much, bro. Again. I'm sorry for her trauma. It's fucked that she went through some trauma, but, like, that doesn't make you impervious to criticism, goddammit, okay? So anyways, that's that. The H3 subreddit is fucking, I mean, look, is it too much to say that they're obsessed? Look at how many posts. And here's another post. The Milhouse problem needs to stop. 5 days ago, Milhouse is unhinged. 5 days ago, I noticed a part of Kate's story that I think Milhouse viewers should see. Another 5 days ago, Milhouse made himself look insane for 4 hours to defend a man who does not care that he exists. Now, this is the part that really got to me. Idubbbz, are you still in the live chat? You see this, Idubbbz? You don't care that I exist. These people said it. They're like, Milhouse made himself look insane, so for 4 hours I sat there and I defended Idubbbz and Anissa. I defended Idubbbz and Anissa for 4 hours, folks. And what did it get me? Hate online. I got posted on live stream fails. It's my first time on live stream fails. Probably not the last time. Let's be honest. I got posted on live stream failed. That fucking annoying ass Yeet account on Twitter shared my fucking video. I fucking hate the laughing emoji, bro. And the fact that his display picture is that annoying laughing emoji. I hate it so much. So Yeet made fun of me. Goddamn Yeet. Fucking 12-year-old little boy. Live stream fails, the H3 subreddit, the greatest subreddit of all, the one I hold with the highest esteem, folks. Again, they let Israelis translate Arabic for them. Again, 6 days ago, Milhouse of Do Not Worry podcast and friend of Anissa, Frogan and Denims completely shits on Kate's child bride trauma and advocacy. Folks, being even remotely associated with Idubbbz and Anissa has ruined my credibility online. How will I get the Sam Hyde audience to support me now that people think that I'm just an Idubbbz and Anissa fanboy, folks? How am I going to get the Willy Mac fans and the Mutahar fans. So today I pledge my allegiance to Mutahar, to Willy Mac, and we're going to sit together and listen to Mutahar for an hour and 20 minutes tell us why Idubbbz is a cuck and why Anissa is the devil, and we're going to agree with everything they say. And while we do that, I'm going to smoke some Icos, folks, because I need to smoke something. Show what to us? Show it to us. So we are going to watch. Yeah, Yeet. Yeah, Yeet is that annoying fucking account. I can't even show it to you guys. Let's see. Wait, let me look up Millhouse with one L. Let's see those who can actually spell on that dumbass subreddit. Let's see what they're saying. Relevance. You. Okay, so some people using the correct spelling of Millhouse. I don't know if his name is actually Millhouse or not. At this point, I'm too afraid to ask. What a fucked up thing to say, Millhouse. Holy shit. W. Kate. Wait. Millhouse already coping. So again, it's been like maybe 12 posts about me in like 7 days, bro. Crazy shit. Crazy shit. I'm going to read a, just get myself updated with the latest super chats, and then we're going to watch the Mutahar video. And also, if you read the comments on these live streams, they fucking hate me. So, Idubbbz and Anissa, it is time to betray you. Okay, I sat there for 4 hours, and what did it bring me? Nothing but internet hate. I now think you're horrible people all of a sudden. I've changed my mind. Ooh, a lot of support, Jesus. DG sends a €5 super sticker. Thank you so much, DG, for being supportive. Also, a member of the channel. Manus Arcade sends another $5. Do you consider getting a used Switch 2 yet? I wouldn't get a used one. If I'm going to get a Switch 2, I'm going to get a new one. But the problem is I don't play enough. I don't have time to play enough video games anymore. But now that I'm going to be unemployed, I might. But I need to catch up on some PlayStation games. But depending, if they make a good Pokemon game, I might, Madness Arcade. It's all about the Pokemon games for me. Shiny Teeth sends $5 and says, what is it with Zionists hiding behind Instagram stories? First EK, now Eli Roth. Because they can't take Twitter. If they get on Twitter, they'll get fucking butchered for their shitty-ass opinions. Super Guy Bob says $5. Knock Knock is about 2 women who come into a loving husband's house and essay him and then make it look like he killed his friend and his wife leaves him. Sounds like something an IDF soldier would do. They come into a husband's house, they essay him, and then they make it look like, yep, definitely an IDF kind of tactic. Thank you so much for the support, Super Guy Bob. Nuxaltal sends $5 and says, on Hassan's streams, they were shooting protesters from the federal building. Also, fuck Muta for internalized racism. We stand with Idubbbz here. No, Nuxaltal, not anymore. We stand with Mutahar, and we stand with Willy Mac. Willy Mac, arguably the greatest content creator of all time. Jordan M has become a Do Not Warrior yet again. Jordan, welcome back to being a member. Thank you so much for that donation earlier. We love you, Jordan. Veronica H. Song sends 6 shekels and says, stay safe, friends, and know I'm thinking of you. Thank you so much, Veronica. All the way from Israel. We have a good anti-Zionist Israeli in our midst, folks. Send her some love. Park sends $2 and says, my ex's family called me Millhouse too. Solidarity. Let's fucking go. Thrill House, baby. And Nola Magnolia sent 50 EGP and says, lighting my cig, Smoke Corner always has the best people. Cheers. I know, right? You need to go to the Smoke Corner when you're at a party. Thanks so much for the support, guys. I love you so much. Hope everyone's having a good time in the live chat. 500 of you guys are hanging out with us. Okay, let us get to sub-reacting, folks. First of all, some ordinary gamers. So Mutahar made an Idubbbz video 7 days ago. It has almost 900,000 views. I want me some of that love. I want me some of them views. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. Idubbbz getting pegged. What do you guys want to talk about? You know, let's talk about Idubbbz's personal life and what he likes to do at home and make fun of his wife for some reason. Let's just see. I don't know if we're going to watch the whole thing. It's an hour and 20 minutes, 1.25x. But, folks, Mutahar is my new idol. Okay, Mutahar is the person, is my North Star. I'm going to follow Mutahar to the edge of Mordor. Okay? Forget the days of Mutahar talking about the Nintendo Switch and vintage games getting too expensive to buy and retro games. I want Mutahar to talk about Idubbbz and Harley Morenstein and shit, okay? Let's fucking do this. Let me just see how this did. Because Mutahar is a popular YouTuber. His videos get a lot of views. Like, he doesn't need to talk about Idubbbz to get views. You know what I mean? But he just felt the need to really, really want to shit on him. Because the getting's good right now, folks. The getting's good. The Idubbbz hate industry has gotten a reboot. Ethan Klein gave it a nice kick in the nuts. So 200K. Actually, okay, look. His videos got 200K, 100K, 400K, 300K, 900K right here. That's pretty good. But the Idubbbz one, yeah. I mean, that's doing better than the average. So you know why he did it. Also, Willy Mac, folks. Willy Mac. Look at Willy Mac's thumbnail here. Idubbbz's career is over, featuring Hassan. And look at the Idubbbz. Liar, thief, and cuck. All in red, folks. Willy Mac was also invited on the H3 podcast as a contributor. Isn't that great? The great Ethan Klein teaming up with great content creators such as Willy Mac, Mutahar on lawsuits. Oh, there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. Ethan Klein is probably meeting with Ryan Kavanaugh. Ethan Klein is meeting with Ryan Kavanaugh. Before we react to this video, let me just jump to that real quick. Ethan Klein is meeting with Ryan Kavanaugh. I'm pretty sure he put up a story on Instagram. Let's look at this because for all intents and purposes, the way I understand this is that he's meeting with Ryan Kavanaugh. This is what he's saying in his Instagram story. He said, "This is a serious message. Tomorrow, so today, June the 11th, I will be in a meeting with friend of the show, business tycoon, revolutionary thinker, and producer for The Stars, probably Ryan Kavanaugh. The goal is to close one war front before opening another." So he's trying to end one lawsuit. He's probably trying to settle and pay Ryan Kavanaugh something to end that lawsuit, to move on to suing Redditors, to suing Noah Samson, possibly suing Denims, trying to go after Bad Empanada. I'm not sure what the guy's going to try to fucking do. That being said, I will not be in office to shoot an episode, so tomorrow will be members episode with the crew, and we will return on Thursday with regular episode for all and Friday as scheduled. So folks, do you think Ethan is meeting with Ryan Kavanaugh right now, trying to end that lawsuit, trying to settle, do whatever he can to stop gushing, to stop hemorrhaging money? Oh, that sweet, sweet H2O. He needs to stop hemorrhaging money from one end so he can start hemorrhaging money on another end. So is that what we think is happening? I kind of think so. Producer for The Stars, like, he can only be talking about Ryan Kavanaugh, the one, the only. Who would have thought that I would side with Ryan Kavanaugh now, folks? But friend of our show, Ryan Kavanaugh, at this point. Okay, let's see and learn from the great Mutahar, folks. Internal Affairs, Idubbbz.
Yo, 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 what up? That is a bios of one of the biggest commentary channels, one of the biggest police officers on YouTube. Some of you may know him as Idubbbz. I know him as Ian. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? He's done a pretty good job back in the day of going after some of the most problematic creators on YouTube. People like Leafy is here, Keemstar, Tanamongjo, and most importantly, that React channel epidemic. But in amongst all of that, he did things like Kickstarter craps. He looked at shitty projects people made. He went above and beyond the Call of Duty when it came to being a police officer. He even did bad unboxings. Now, he was, at a time, one of the best police officers, and I would say recently his conduct has been a little bit unbecoming, which is entirely what Internal Affairs is all about. We're here to check in on what's been going on with Officer Idubbbz. Now, since Ian has actually...
By the way, just keep in mind that Mutahar is joining Ethan Klein on his Noah Samson lawsuit. He's been calling in on the show. He's called in like twice recently to shit on Idubbbz, to shit on like everyone basically. And Mutahar was someone who used to accuse Ethan of stealing audience donations when Ethan was asking for money for his Matt Haas lawsuit. I'm pretty sure Mutahar accused him of stealing money and using it for personal use. So this is who Ethan is aligning himself with. Now that he can't align himself with anyone likable on the internet, he's stuck with the likes of Mutahar. And I don't know what his name means, Mutahir. Maybe like in Arabic, if you say Mutahir, it means like to purify something. It's like using alcohol to like purify a knife, like tahira, Mutahir. Like it's a purifier. So is that what his name is? Or is it just Mutahar? I don't know. He's not Arab. I think he's Indian or Pakistani. But he is Muslim. But yeah.
Left the police force, he has decided to mature. Instead of fusing two slurs together, he's making interesting documentaries. He's over-explaining his support of OnlyFans. And of course, one of my personal favorites is, as an officer of the force, discovering empathy at the ripe, young, tender age of 31.
I think only in these past couple of years have I gained the ability, empathy. I just like can't help myself, but...
It's true, folks. No one can learn empathy at the age of 30. It is impossible. That's why Idubbbz is a cuck, and Mutahar is right, folks.
Like, feel for other people's
Lol
pain
for learning
and
empathy. That's so right and so funny, Mutahar. You're such a... Please become my friend. Let me become a Mutahar orbiter, folks.
Idubbbz, safe to say, doesn't actually have the same rapport with the former community, the commentary community, and has for the last few years been ingratiating himself towards a new, more politically charged community. But the department actually is more interested with some of the charitable works that Mr. Jama has actually decided to side with, notably Creator Clash. Now, charity to me is a personally important thing. I think it's great to give back money to impoverished communities, medical causes that desperately need progress, and of course to just help the fellow man. Charity is a way for all of us, no matter what our financial situation is, is in life to help channel something in a positive sense. Charity is important in making progress, raising awareness, and most importantly, serving as the best criticism shield to any vanity project ever. Like Creator Clash 2, for instance, where having trauma processing parties with full entertainment, open bars, hotels completely rented out to influencers, all on the dime of people who donated, thinking that the lion's share of that money would go towards the causes that get listed at all these events, only to find out that these charitable events didn't actually donate any money to charity, at least when it came to Creator Clash 2.
What the hell are we going to do? You know, I can't even think about doing a Creator Clash 3. We lost money, and there's no money for charity.
Again, just a reminder that Ian did a live stream and was able to raise like at least $100,000 for charity to make up for the fact that they couldn't raise money in Creator Clash 2, something that they've admitted to fucking up. But do I forgive him? No, folks, because Idubbbz is a cuck and he robbed everyone. Creator Clash 2 was a thievery. It was a con job, okay? How couldn't I see that earlier? When Ian's coach and his wife were there talking shit for 3 hours, that was my chance to be like, you know what? They're right. Now I see the error of my ways, folks. I see Willy Mac. Willy Mac was right all along, folks. Mutahar was right all along. How could I not see this? Look at that cuck face. Who could trust this man ever again with their money?
So what are we going to do to solve that?
Now, I've covered plenty of charities in the past, supported by influencers who had a pretty clear, clean image that turned out to either be crypto scams or, at worst, money stockpiles that remained losing value until one of my investigations contributed to hundreds of thousands of dollars finally heading to where it was supposed to be headed years down the road. Now, I personally feel, though, Creator Clash may not only be one of the worst tragedies in charitable fundraising by content creators, but also one that turned into something malicious.
Also note, Creator Clash 3 hasn't even taken place, and it's already raised over $200,000 for charity. And Creator Clash 1 raised over $1.3 million for charity. None of that money would have happened without Creator Clash. That's already like $1.6 million raised total for charity between Creator Clashes 1, 2, and 3. But why mention that, right? Let's focus on the parties.
Down the road, the more and more that it progressed. So let's get started. Idubbbz, also known as Ian Jama, the husband of Anissa Jama, both these people were the initial faces of Creator Clash, alongside a Mike Lenardi, a co-organizer, and it started out pretty positively. Like the first event came around May 14, 2022, hosted by Ian, his wife. Event was managed by Ego Raptor, or Aaron Hansen's company, Real Good Touring, who also actually fought in 2 of these events. Now, Creator Clash wanted a pretty healthy set of fighters. Big channels like Dr. Mike, Ian himself was fighting, Michael Reeves, fan favorites like Dad would show up delivering pretty interesting fights. The community as a whole on the internet rallied behind it, and by all metrics, I would say it was a pretty successful event. It was hosted in the Youngling Center in Tampa, Florida, and CC1 sold over 100,000 tickets.
People are asking for faster speed. Folks, we're going to watch this at 1.5. 1.5 coming in, so for those of you watching me at a faster speed, be careful. This is going to be insane.
Review buys, and tons of influencers and their fans showed up. And from what I understand, that arena they rented was actually sold out, which is, again, amazing. From a charity perspective, the American Heart Association, the Alzheimer's Association, and the Healing Horse Therapy Center received all the net profits, according to a press release, to the tune of a combined $1.3 million. Now, it's also worth pointing out that the Healing Horse charity actually did belong to Aaron's mother. Now, that by itself isn't a major issue, but generally speaking, I don't like it personally when one of the people involved in the entire organization of the event is actually related to somebody receiving any disbursement of funds. I feel conflicts like that shouldn't ever be possible.
Ethan's Basement is in the chat, folks. W's in the chat for Ethan's Basement. Ethan is asking, what is this video? Why is this imbecile covering this? Ethan's Basement, please do not insult Mutahar. Do not insult this channel's new godfather, okay? Co-godfather. Him and Willy Mac are now my 2 content idols. I need to just fucking watch their shit for the next 3 days and learn. No insults. Take that back, Ethan's Basement, okay? Please. No Mutahar slander is accepted on the site. If someone can find me the Mutahar statement that he put out after the Noah Samson video, I'd love to read that.
In the first place. But again, to go back to the event, Idubbbz even had to say that when it came to the event, these creators want to show respect to boxing while putting on an entertaining show that reflects their personalities, said Idubbbz. It was really important to us that creators took this experience seriously, and let me tell you, they absolutely have. They've been training for months, and we can't wait to show you what they can bring to the table. Influencer boxing has previously been very money-driven, and our goal is to bring attention back to the sport while delivering fun and interesting personalities for an all-around great show for some great causes. Now that sounds like a great PR answer, but this clip that I found on the H3 podcast I think really kind of shines a different light into why I think Ian and Anissa actually cared about doing this event. And it doesn't sound as altruistic as one would expect. I really do feel that for both of these people, it almost was a way for them to ingratiate themselves with the community, to basically have a yearly event that would bring influencers together.
Exactly. Ethan's Basement says, L. Idubbbz, he took Anissa's last name and apparently it's a bad thing. Exactly. What man takes his woman's last name? Ian is a cuck, folks. That's it. No more defending Ian, okay? We're done defending Idubbbz. I did it for 4 hours straight, and all I got was yelled at on Reddit by Yeet. Live stream fails. That's it. Sam Hyde, here I come. Can I sign up for Fish Tank? Put me in the fish tank, Sammy boy. How can I become a Nazi? How can I become an can I join? Unblock me in the H3H3 subreddit, folks. I'm a Nazi. I love Sam Hyde. I love Destiny. Destiny's the best. Mutahar's the best. Willy Mac is the best. Invite me back with open arms, please.
And effectively keep them almost perma-relevant down the road, right?
If it works out, then we can do that, and there could always be a charity aspect to it. But I think the main goal is just to get the people paid who are involved in making it happen, rather than like making exorbitant amounts of money.
So your goal is to build an institution of sorts, this creator clash, where you can have people.
Fun.
There's a champion every year.
Yeah, it's a party.
Interesting.
It's like a way more exciting VidCon, or like I want it to be like influencers can.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I can do an hour and 20 minutes of this. Oh my God. Mutahar, you're the greatest content creator of all time, but an hour and 20 minutes of this? Jesus.
Care about this, and fans can care about this, and like watch it and have like a build up, like maybe parties before and like stuff.
Yeah, because we've gone to like the last Jake Paul event, and it was crazy the amount of influencers that were there. Excited to see it. They weren't all my cup of tea.
Sure.
But it was exciting. Everyone wanted to be there. It was fun, and I think if we can harness some of that, but have it be even more exciting, because all of our fighters are mystery fights. You don't know how it's going to go, and then you have this, charity element. It's just like a win all around.
So in the future, maybe there'll be more profits potentially for you guys.
Potentially, but we're not looking at that really.
Now, one thing that we love to do here at the Internal Affairs. Now, one thing we love to do as Internal Affairs is look through documentation. So we decided to go to ProPublica, go through their nonprofit explorer, and we actually did find the Healing Horse Therapy Center right here. It's actually a 501c charity, and if you want to know a rough idea of how much they kind of receive from Creator Clash, well, we can open up some of their filings and look at them really closely. So for instance, in 2022, when Creator Clash was a thing, you can actually open up the 990 filing over here, and if you scroll all the way to the contributions and grants, the prior year they actually received somewhere around 3,958, as opposed to the year of Creator Clash 1, they actually ended up receiving over $250,000. Now, the thing is, when you pull up the...
it sucks they didn't get much the following year, but don't forget the 253K. Anyways, 1 second, folks. I can't sit through an hour and 20 minutes of this. 900,000 views on this. That's insane, bro. Let's watch Willy Mac's video. Let's take a break from Mutahar. You guys want to switch to Mutahar? You guys want to switch to Willy Mac? Mackie boy! Idubbbz' career is over. This one's only 40 minutes. Oh my God, bro. These people are nuts. 40 minutes only. Let's read some super chats, folks. I can't. My mind is rotting with this. Robibi sends 20 sec and says, have you seen the new Asterix and Obelix Netflix show? Robibi, I have. I've actually seen the first 2 episodes. That shit's fucking cute. I'm watching it in French with English subtitles. It is very cute. Surprisingly, I love the animation style. I'm going to finish it. I'm really going to finish it. It's been a comfort show for me. And I'm actually going to try to watch an episode after filming this. Thank you for reminding me. It's been super nice. If you guys like Asterix et Obelix, check out the new Netflix show. Super Guy Bob with another $2 super chat. They are laughing when they still haven't gained it. I know, right? Are we talking about Mutahar? Are we talking about H3 Mutahar بيظهر عنصرية إيثن ضد العرب والمسلمين. That's right, Mutahar. He's saying H3 is saying Mutahar is purifying Ethan's racism against Arabs and Palestinians. And Marina Nimis sends another $2 and says, this is not Anthony, this is the anti-Anthony. This is the real me, folks. This is the real me. I need to do whatever I need to do. I will do whatever it takes. I will embrace any community like Ethan to pay for my streaming PC, folks. That's what's going to happen. Raziar, again, with another extremely generous donation. Raziar, stop it. What is going on here? $20. And Raziar says, Mutahar gave me this to give to you. He says, keep doing what you're doing. Well, thank you so much. In that case, if this is from Mutahar, then keep it up. Let's take a break from the Mutahar video. We're not going to stop. Okay, we're not going to stop. We might come back to it. We're going to definitely come back to it, folks. Let's watch Willy Mac and see what he has to say about our boy.
What is happening right now? I'm seeing Idubbbz and Noah Samson add Ethan receiving human skulls in the mail. It's just a funny meme.
Your opinion on the skulls, and did you send them?
I didn't send the skulls. I don't know. I thought the skulls thing was kind of humorous to hear that. Especially when I heard that they were from skulls.com or something like that. That made it funny.
Just a death threat to a father, a family.
Yeah. Was it a death threat?
Yeah, no.
Yes, the threat is motivated on your community slandering Ethan as a racist who loves genocide. The threat so obviously is you don't know who we are, but we know where you and your family live. I thought Ian would be empathetic towards this, since he thought Sam Hyde was gonna kill him for no reason.
It was the craziest thing because Anissa said to me, she's like, Kate, you don't understand. Ian and I both believe that Sam Hyde would really come and find me and would actually murder me. So that's the reason why we have to take all these precautions. And I'm just like, are you sure? I'm coming to kill you!
I was like, I think the guy's a millionaire. I was like, I don't think he's gonna risk his freedom to kill you.
Meanwhile, 2 low-level staffers at the Israeli embassy were killed in the name of stopping a genocide. The same thing these guys accuse Ethan and his family of defending. But Ethan's crazy for being worried.
Wait, what? He's connecting Anissa saying that she thinks that Sam Hyde is gonna kill her to 2 people being shot outside of an Israeli embassy, 2 Israeli embassy employees?
A millionaire.
What?
I was like, I don't think he's gonna risk his freedom to kill you.
Meanwhile, 2 low-level staffers at the Israeli embassy were killed in the name of stopping a genocide. The same thing these guys accuse Ethan and his family of defending.
What kind of fucking connection is that? Why are you trying to work in the genocide right now and Idubbbz beef? What is this, bro? I don't understand this, man. These fucking people have ruined talking about Palestine, bro. They turned Palestine into fucking all YouTube slop.
But Ethan's crazy for being worried.
No, this is a hallucination. I will say it once again. If I don't think it's appropriate for someone to call CPS on Ethan Klein, why the f would I ever think it's appropriate for someone to kill Ethan Klein? Are you stupid? Of course, that is insane.
No, but you'd still praise them and hop on streams with them. Nadim is encouraging people to continue to make false CPS calls to Ethan and Hila. He's acting like it's a big joke.
Hello, is this Child Protective Services? Yes, thank you. I'd like to report a case of endemic dog infestation, and it also contains 2 Zionists, and as we all know, Zion is the baby killer, so
Bro, this is, like, the fact that they take Bad Empanada and this trolling so fucking seriously is so fucking funny. They have given Bad Empanada so much credibility. They're making his career with all of this, bro. Like, this is not a serious fucking threat, bro. No one can watch this and take this seriously and think, oh, I need to call CPS because my leader, Bad Empanada, told me to. This is clearly a fucking joke.
I think this is a very dangerous situation for the children, given the dog and the Zionists keep those kids safe.
Mithy Eve says Willy Mac is a fucking hack. You take it back, Mithy Eve. Don't you say that about Willy. Nobody say that about Willy Mac or Mutahar. Okay? Idubbbz is a cuck. Okay? He's happily married. Okay? And his wife makes him happy. She makes him nice breakfast in the morning and shit. Okay? He's a cuck for enjoying his life. For going to the mountains and shit. Okay? We need to make fun of him. Don't you understand? Jesus, they stole money. They stole charity money, okay? I want a Creator Clash fucking refund.
This might be funny if it wasn't actually happening. This guy is also a serial doxer. He's doxing people on Twitter right now as we speak. It's so wild to me that we have this group of people that have devolved into this mentality where lying is completely okay. Hassan's biggest fan account is spreading the lie that Asman killed his mom. Just makes it up. Even Frogan, the least relevant Hassan groupie, is completely lying about her past statements, saying veterans deserved PTSD.
I'm a live streamer as well. I know being live for hours and hours on end, you can misspeak, and that is exactly what happened whenever I said the thing about the U.S. military.
Bro, you didn't misspeak. You were serious.
I will never have any pity for any soldiers. U.S. military? Who fucking who? I hope you get PTSD. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into America.
She lives in Michigan, by the way. And then you double down the next day laughing at what you said.
And they posted it in my head. I'm like, base? Base?
These people are such cry bullies. If you aren't 100% with them, you're against them. A Twitter account posts that Hassan was banned for a day. Well, Hassan frames them as an agent of Israel. Hassan replies, every blue check power farmer is an Israeli dick rider on this website. This guy didn't say anything. All he did was report your ban. And you have a blue check mark. Rogan sees Asman speak mildly about political content.
You tell him, Willy Mac. Fuck yeah. Willy. W's in the chat for Willy Mac right fucking now. Willy. This guy's fucking great.
On Twitch, in Frogan's eyes, he's discriminating against her.
If I wanted to optimize ad revenue, you know what I would do? I'd ban politics. The odds are that me and Hassan and Tectone and Frogan and Denims and Central Committee cause 90% of the PR problems on the entire website.
Honestly, facts. Rogan tweets, you consider me political because I wear a hijab. I am not like you and don't make political content anywhere, but typing a tweet once in a while. What reality is she living in? No one mentioned your hijab. And now we have the newest rising star in Hassan.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. Just, Willy, I don't mean to correct you. Willy Mac, the greatest content creator on YouTube. But if I may, Frogan reacts to reality TV most of the time. Frogan is out there doing makeup on Raph and transforming him into the Pope, or transforming him into pop stars and singers and Sabrina Carpenter and etc. You know what I mean? What's the name of that singer? What's she called? Chapel Roan. You know, that's what Frogan does most of the time, bro. They're out there having fun on, like, Progan is not a political content creator. If she mentioned Palestine once or twice during a fucking genocide, that doesn't make her a political content creator. If I talk about Palestine every once in a while, or the genocide, or the war in Lebanon while we're being bombed, that doesn't make me a political streamer. So just, I would say that, King Willy Mac, I would say that, that was maybe inaccurate of you, sir, but please forgive me for correcting you.
Idubbbz, who's consistently used Creator Clash as a way to shield criticism because it's a charity event.
It's disappointing, and it makes me sick to see him, like, you know, using the event as a way to, like, attack me back or whatever.
The new management of Creator Clash 3 revealed that Ian and Anissa were taking 34% of the profit from this event. Was Ian really concerned about his charity possibly failing, or did he only care about his bottom line?
Don't worry, Ela. I'm not going to blame you guys for anything Creator Clash related. I know you're terrified of taking accountability for anything, so that will rest solely on my shoulders. But I can't speak for the internet. The internet might actually blame you guys for it.
He thought he was cooking with this. Since then, Freddie Wong seemingly dropped out of the event after seeing Ian drag Creator Clash through this drama. Both the fighters from the main event dropped out of Creator Clash 3, blaming Ian for it. The event went from an arena that hosted 20,000 people to one that has a capacity of 4,000. A reputable harm has been done to this charity event. Everyone rightfully blames Ian and Anissa, but the funniest part is it's barely a charity event at all. Ian responded on Reddit, "We restructured so the funds for our charity partner would be raised on Tiltify, separate and apart from the actual event." The Tiltify is essentially when you go to Walmart checkout and ask you to round up $1 for charity. That's the extent of the charity aspect. People joke that this event would be a disaster like TanaCon.
He's saying the event is going to be worse than TanaCon?
But TanaCon's problem was that too many people showed up. For this one, there might be too many folding chairs. Yes, this is the actual venue. To hear him cry about, "Oh, this charity event's getting ruined," when no pay-per-view sales, ticket sales, or profits from concessions is going to charity.
Wait, what venue? That's not the venue,
TanaCon's
but the
problem
Emily
was that
Theater?
too many people showed up. For this one, there might be too many folding chairs.
If this is the new location in Los Angeles, I have no idea, but the Emily Theater in Florida is fucking massive, bro.
Yes, this is the actual venue. To hear him cry about, "Oh, this charity event's getting ruined," when no pay-per-view sales, ticket sales, or profits from concessions is going to charity is a whole nother level of dishonesty.
What was the charity for? Like cancer research, or I don't even remember.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
Stand Up to
cancer is bad. Comes below, I don't like this guy, and I'm going to talk about not liking this guy before I talk about cancer is bad, because I don't really care about either, but I'm more likely to make videos out of that guy, and whoever gets in the way of that, even if it's kids with cancer, fuck them.
Noah, do you not know cancer is
bad? By the way, even though I hate Idubbbz and think he's a massive cuck, and I think Anissa is the devil, the invitation is out. If they ever want to visit Lebanon, I would be more than happy to hang out with you guys. And Ian, I challenge you to whoop my ass. God damn it.
Are you unaware? Oh, sorry guys, can't criticize Ian. There's this crazy disease nobody's heard of called cancer. This has been a disastrous event. It's worthy of criticism.
The way I see it is I think the common defense from the other side would be something along the lines of, like, don't use it as a shield. But I think they completely missed the point that it's like, it's not a shield. It's just like, hurt me as much as you want. You know, it's basically saying, like, you do not have a case. You are not winning. You are not hurting me. So you're trying to find other ways to hurt me. You are like, you're kind of by attacking this other thing, by triangulating this other thing, you are proving that nothing's working, you know?
Yeah.
And
oh man.
Yeah, oh man, that was completely retarded. Your own fighters are dropping out of the event. You think it's all malicious? They just want to hurt you? All of the
I love that this whole audience, like, how many videos have we watched right now of like Ethan's new allies where they use the R word just like casually when making videos? Is that like a new thing? Or is the R word making a comeback? Or are people saying it defiantly? Like, no, we reclaim the R word. We're gonna say it. It's okay to say it. Don't make us feel bad for saying it. Since when is that okay? And Ethan is okay promoting these people on a stream, day in and day out, making fun of people. Like, that's not a word. Like, didn't we move past this word like years ago?
genuine criticism is just a lie to you. Here's Wade, one of the commentators, talking about how misled he was.
You're telling people it's a charity event. Stop telling people that, because it's not what it is. That was the whole issue with the lack of communication behind number 1 and 2. That it's a charity event, charity event, charity event. It's not a charity event. It's a boxing event that you are perpendicularly associating with a separate charity that has nothing to do with people buying the boxing event.
I used to watch this guy, Wade. He does decent commentary on YouTube, like boxing. He covers boxing and influencer boxing and shit like that. But again, bro, the fact that the whole point of the second event is that because they didn't raise enough money, they weren't able to sell enough tickets and sell enough pay-per-views. They weren't able to cover their costs and pay anything for the charities. Now that they've separated the charity aspect from the boxing event itself, it doesn't matter if the boxing event makes $0. If they don't sell a single pay-per-view ticket, or if they don't sell a single in-person ticket, the charity money is fine. They're already at $200,000. They can get it up to $1 million if they try and if they promote the living shit out of it. So that's actually a much better deal. It doesn't depend on how many people buy the pay-per-view. And with someone like Ethan out there right now, who's made it his mission, him and Mutahar and Willy Mac, rightfully so, because Idubbbz is a cuck and Anissa is the devil, which means we shouldn't support cancer, by the way. But since they've made it their mission to make Creator Clash fail, you know what I mean? And they don't want anyone to buy any pay-per-view tickets. The only way to raise money for that charity is to have a separate fucking fundraiser on the side. Like, it's the only way they're going to be able to raise money. You know what I mean? So I think it's actually a good thing. I'm sorry, and again, I'm sorry to agree with Idubbbz for that moment, but I just had for one moment, please, folks, keep Sam Hyde fans, Nazis, please keep throwing the super chats, keep throwing the support, keep subscribing to the channel, folks. This is an anti-Idubbbz channel here, folks, and he says the devil.
I was a part of the event and didn't know any of this. I didn't know where money is going, outside of the fact that I was offered and said no.
Jayla Ray, one of the fighters, didn't understand that this wasn't a charity event.
Those of you that don't know, I'm going to be boxing in Creator Clash 3 in Tampa, Florida this June 28th. I'm very excited. You can grab your tickets now. In-person tickets are on sale, and pay-per-view tickets are on sale as well. You can go grab pay-per-view tickets now. All proceeds from this event are going to Stand Up to Cancer.
That is just not true. The proceeds are profit for the organizers. Only the Tiltify money goes...
Okay, so I'm guessing maybe the communication was a little bit bad. You know what that means? Idubbbz is a cuck, and we don't like no cucks over here, folks, okay? You want to take your wife's last name? Cuck boy? Yeehaw! Send us your super chats. Come on, Sam Hyde fans. Come on over here and subscribe. Let's go. Racists, Zionists, you're all welcome here.
Charity. What was Ian's response in his newest video? Well, it's just a miscommunication.
I have felt extremely handcuffed by Creator Clash these past years because I'm not an expert communicator and I don't know how to convey things, not over communicate, not do all these things that potentially put the event at risk and put other people at risk. And that's kind of why I wanted to step away from this event. It feels like it's inhibiting my ability, like the business side of things, like inhibits my ability to communicate openly and effectively, especially when there's so many people counting on me to do that well.
You don't have to be an expert communicator to let people know that this is a for-profit event. The new people that took over made it clear in just a few lines.
Artful Cadence asks, how much longer? About 30 minutes, but we're watching it at 1.25. We'll try to get through this in like 20 minutes.
It's on the transparency page of the Creator Clash website. When things evolve...
Artful Cadence, Willy Mac makes the best videos. You shouldn't be asking that question. You should be thoroughly entertained right now, like we all are, because Willy Mac is our king.
Each new iteration is supposed to get better, like phones or tools, not Creator Clash. The fourth one's going to be held in Ian's backyard. But the best example of evolution might be Exter Wallet. Exter is innovating the wallet game with a slim, slick design. A button that makes all your cards easily...
Sponsor.
Thank you, Exter.
Ownership that Anissa and I, because we're one... was revealed with the change of ownership that Anissa and I, because we're 1/3 ownership of Creator Clash the business, that we were getting 34% of the profit share. We weren't anticipating this event doing well. Like, we wanted to do well enough to pay back the investors, of course. So that's one of the reasons that we were, okay with the profit share thing.
So you guys were expecting it to fail? That's why I think it's so cowardly you guys bailed out of this event. Doesn't it seem like he made this content cop to get bad press so he could drop out? It's interesting how it took till now for moves to be made to make sure this event isn't a complete financial failure.
But another part of it as well is that the contract wasn't structured in a way that the profit share could just directly go to charity. It was told to us, like, you could just donate your portion of the profit share to charity after the event. So we were like, okay, fine. Now, I know some people will find it hard to believe that Anissa and I were just going to give our portion of the profit share to charity. There's nothing I could really say to, I think, convince them otherwise. It was up to our discretion at the end of the day.
The reasoning is so weird. We took profit knowing that the event would fail, but if it somehow succeeded, we would donate that money anyway. You just have to trust us on that. Why not just have that in the contract? Instead of it going to you and Anissa, it goes to charity. Can it not be written in? Am I missing something? Brother, you and your wife aren't exactly known as honest people.
I'm very happy that, this year money is being raised for charity, and I'm glad to know that it's already more successful than year 2. Mission accomplished as far as I'm concerned.
That money wasn't raised by you. It was raised by Hassan reacting to Ethan's content nuke. If you don't host your event at all, that money still goes to charity. You've done nothing.
Go figure. The white guy 8 years later is like...
What does it matter, bro? What does it matter? The money's going to the fucking charity that Ian set up. The only reason people were excited to donate because they knew that Ethan was trying to fucking ruin Creator Clash, and people got excited to donate just to spite Ethan and to help the charity. But a lot of people were just fucking trying to spite Ethan and show that people support Idubbbz. They support Creator Clash, okay, despite all the bullshit out there.
I think Anita Sarkeesian was kind of onto something. There's a lot of assholes on the internet, and they're kind of misogynistic too, I think.
It's crazy what a little CTE or the love of a woman will do to you.
Whenever you're around Anissa, you look like...
Cuck, love of a woman. Who needs a love of a woman? It's kind of gay if you ask me, right? Love of a woman. Am I right? Mutahar fans, Being with a woman's gay as shit, isn't it? Ha, lol. Women, am I right? All they're good at is OnlyFans detected, opinion rejected. Am I right, folks? Hell yeah, drop those super chats. Cuck, 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 cuck.
An abused dog.
I just want to ask him if you've always been shitting your pants.
No.
Because since I've known you, you've always had like IBS. You've always been shitting yourself.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not
Always
gonna
at a
spend.
cafe.
Isaiah agrees with me. Isaiah says loving a woman is gay. Ain't nothing gayer than loving a woman and being loved by a woman and being happy, folks. Cuck behavior, if you ask me. What a cuck, folks. What a cuck.
IBS. Ian's just looking like.
Nympho says he was a virgin once, too. Ew! Idubbbz was a virgin at one point? Idubbbz was a virgin, folks. How nasty is that? How embarrassing is that? Not only is he a cuck, he was a virgin cuck. Come on, folks. So, let's gift some memberships to the latest addition to the anti-Idubbbz establishment, folks. 100 gifted memberships right now. Let's go.
Like a shriveled. You look like the grandma from SpongeBob. The chocolate grandma. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what's happening to Ian. He has zero confidence. He doesn't even know how to speak for himself anymore. His boxing coach is telling stories on how Anissa tells Ian when he's hungry.
One time we ended sparring, and afterwards everybody's hanging out, and she walks up to Ian and she goes, "You're hungry."
Yes.
And then so they had to leave because Ian was hungry.
Okay. This is such... The fact that Willy Mac is referencing this example. She tells him when he's hungry. I was telling you guys the example. This happened literally on Sunday again. My girlfriend does these events called Mystic Market. She has a tattoo shop and a piercing shop, okay? She did an event. There was like a bunch of vendors there. I was there selling some comic books, okay? Dude, when she gets busy, she starts working all fucking day, bro. Like, she didn't have lunch till like nighttime, and I have to be the one to go like, yo, you need to eat. You need to eat. I have to go remind her to eat because she's too fucking busy. She doesn't think she has the time. She doesn't want to sit down for a second and leave her clients alone to eat. So I literally walk up to her and tell her, yo, you need to eat, okay? So it's not me controlling her. It's not my girlfriend being a cuck, even though Idubbbz is totally a cuck for all the reasons that we know, folks. He's a cuck, but like it happens, okay? You can go tell your partner like, yo, you're hungry. You need to get a bite to eat if they forgot or something. But the fact that they're using that, I mean, hey, I'm trying to play both sides right now. It's not working, is it, folks?
I feel like I
I'm kidding, folks. He's a cuck. This is embarrassing. Idubbbz is a cuck. Anissa is the devil for telling him that he's hungry. You guys are right. How can I falter?
Like in this,
I don't think so. You know me better than like I think it's a weird.
Seconds right hand, Alex Wasabi.
Well, I shouldn't say it's weird. The reason Anissa does it is because typically, whatever the topic is, she's filling in the blank. Because I don't say it for myself. I think a lot of times, you know, my head's in a different space.
You're not kind to yourself. You've never been kind to yourself, and you'll never share. Like, if you're in a room with a bunch of people and people are talking about like what they accomplish or what they've done, you'll never ever speak up about that.
Does she change her diapers too? Now, I don't know how much weight to put into what this guy's saying. Maybe he's just angry and trying to get back at them for some reason. But now there's another story about Ian
changing his diapers. It's so fucking funny, Willy. You're the fucking best, man. Such a cuck for getting his diapers changed. Fucking stupid Idubbbz.
Cucked, no meme.
I've heard is that she was hitting on one of his sparring partners and was obsessed with him and gave him a VIP pass to the event.
A lot of his sparring partners got the passes, but
what a nice person, you know, because she's a survivor of childhood trauma, folks. We're not supposed to criticize her for sharing this information, and you guys are right. I was an asshole for criticizing this lady. You know what I mean? She has every right because she was a child bride and totally did not grow up to be an adult B-word, as I described her previously. I apologize, Kate and Michael Briggs, the greatest boxing coach and greatest videographer of all time, by the way. They're so great. And them talking about this right now is completely not inappropriate and not a betrayal of their, their trust and their relationship with Idubbbz and Anissa.
She definitely had a big crush on one of the guys that would come in and spar with them, because anytime they would spar, she would just be super into it and watch every moment. And then, even if he would like beat Ian up, she'd be very into it.
I want to say that. I want to say that before. So Anissa never gave shout outs to Michael training Ian at all. but she put out the first video of Ian like getting hit, rocked in sparring when Ian was sparring with her crush.
Anissa allegedly flew out over 300 creators to the event with no requirement to promote it.
He's like, our brand is at stake. We're $500,000 in the hole right now.
I wish I knew that. I wish I knew that at that time. I think
My brand is at stake. You're so fucking right, Michael Briggs. His fucking brand, the greatest boxing brand.
a lot of the fighters would have liked to have known that. I don't think none of them needed to be in the dark about that, you know?
Their pay-per-view sales were behind and they were still spending money.
But they were honest about the fact that they were spending the money from the ticket sales on the hotel, on flying people in, on all these other things. So it was just like
those decisions, the gala decisions, were made while in the red.
Yes,
I have a question about that.
First of all, they rented the hotel for over 300 creators.
Quick pause just to... Heather just sent $5 to be supportive with no message. Heather, thank you so much. The Tacky Princess sends $2 and says, God damn Yeet, I'm cracking up. They love you. Well, I don't fucking love Yeet. They're annoying. Thank you so much for the support, the Tacky Princess. And Haley D sends 2 donations, $5 each. She says, genius clickbait, by the way, 10 out of 10. Well, thank you, Haley. I need to do more clickbait, I think. Clickbait is kind of fun. I used to do more clickbait back in the day. Now that I'm switching to live streams, I don't know like what proper live stream etiquette is, but I think clickbaiting is kind of fun. Also, Haley D says, I guess you're going to have to end things with Demi. We'll take it from here, though. I know, right? I can't. Demi's a cuck now. You know what I mean? Because I asked Demi if she's hungry. Because I'm telling her, yo, you need to eat. She's a cuck, and she does not like to be a cuck, folks. So things are not going to last, unfortunately. If things end, that's why. Remember, because I told her she was hungry. Nothing else.
And flew a lot of them in. When the first year it was much more scaled back.
Ian can't edit a video anymore, so he flies out Twitter editors.
And then the second year, they did that full hotel for 300 creators. They flew a lot of people in. One of the people they flew in was Froggy Tonic, and they flew him in from France.
That's insane.
And Froggy had told us that he was there to salvage the documentary.
Ian and Anissa.
Jordan M. No sends $5 and says, I hate to break it to you, but you're not very good at being a grifter, lol. I'm sure you're devastated. Look, I'm trying to be a dick the whole time, but like I have some of the things being said are so stupid that I can't help but defending Idubbbz and Anissa from time to time, folks. I have to defend them just a little bit, you know what I mean? And Ian is an honorary Lebanese person at this point. But cuck and devil, she-devil, succubus. She's a succubus, folks, sucking the life out of him. Come on.
I haven't responded to these latest allegations, but they did defend their tattoos. Priorities.
Cool. It doesn't really matter what I do because I'll always stay stuck as a fool. I'll never be cool.
It really is remarkable how everything Ian says is projection. Donut Operator revealed in his podcast that Ian stopped talking to him because he made an OnlyFans joke.
He went to a range day with me one time. Like we used to talk a lot about content creation and stuff. And COVID rolls around, I get bored at home, so I make an OnlyFans where I'm showing my meat.
Really?
And, well, basically, I'm taking a steak and I'm rating a steak.
And like, see, that's the reaction that you're supposed to have. Genius.
I thought it was funny. So I'm wearing like just an apron. Of course, I'm wearing like boxers underneath.
Let me hear. Oh, damn! They have the same PlayStation thing
this is
I
my
have.
OnlyFans. And this.
Ooh, you see that thing right here? I don't want to be associated with these fuckers. The fuck?
This is an A5 Wagyu from down the street, and I would talk about it. And I sent it to Ian, and he got mad and called me and like said I was making fun of Anissa, and like I wasn't. I just thought it was a funny bit because I was sitting at home during COVID. And
You'll never understand what it's like to be an ally.
Yeah, he like said
that.
stuff like that. Haven't talked to him since. That was like 5 years ago.
Over that?
Yeah, and I've like texted him.
Tectone is on this fucking podcast. Ew, bro. What the fuck? Fucking his dad's a fucking rapist, bro. What are we talking about here? So I mean, look, I'm trying to be a good grifter here, and not to defend the cuck Idubbbz, but Idubbbz has taken a lot of shit for being with Anissa and Anissa doing a little bit of OnlyFans at some point. So of course he's going to be sensitive to the topic. If you're around someone who's making a joke where you're implying that being on OnlyFans is like a shameful or stupid thing, then it could be a sensitive topic to bring up, and you need to know when to bring those things up or not. And if you care about Idubbbz and if you want to be his friend, maybe don't be making fun of OnlyFans around him. That's what I'm going to say. And like the fact that he fired Froggy Fresh from the event, complete cuck behavior, by the way. Am I right? But I mean, still, like someone made fun of his wife, and he's running the event, and he and Anissa are running the event, and someone makes fun of her. Like, is it really that crazy to get offended, folks? Is it really that crazy? Yes, it is, because he's a cuck.
tried to reconnect with him. He just won't talk to me anymore.
Ian's response is to say, conveniently leaving out that your girlfriend at the time was pursuing OnlyFans, but you were too pussy to deal with the criticism, so you made a parody account. No, I don't want to be friends with a coward. How is any of that a relevant response? Should Donut Operator have uploaded a video like you did, talking about how intelligent he is for letting his wife do OnlyFans?
But I'm cool with it. You do realize there are guys out there in private right now jacking off to your girlfriend. But I guess it's out of sight, out of mind, it's not a problem.
Yeah, Ian wants to see it.
Let me have my hope, all right? I want to believe he's too intelligent for this. Intelligence has nothing to do with it, but I will say this. If you want to retain hope that I'm intelligent, this is the most intelligent thing I've probably ever done, is revealing this side of me.
The bar's real low, huh? Bro's only real-world experience was working at Legoland. This man just said it was the most intelligent thing he's ever done. Donut Operator, you're missing out. You could be Ian. The content cop has been nothing but a failure. It's done harm to everyone associated with Ian, so the new narrative is to hide behind the dead bodies of Palestinians. Act as if the content cop was about Israel-Palestine the whole time.
I even hate calling it.
Bro, anytime this guy mentions Israel and Palestine, like my body shakes a little bit. Sorry, the truth had to come out for a second, bro. Like, Willy Mac trying to make this about Israel-Palestine? Like, what are you doing, bro?
Drama. Because at the end of the day, it was you kind of taking a stand of being pro-Palestine. I don't think that's drama necessarily, but the way that they have handled talking about this, people like Ethan and some people on Twitter that cover this make it about themselves so often when that's not what any of this is about, you know, like.
I'm sorry that I'm such a fucking nasty person who just wants to roll around in the shit.
There's people in Palestine dying every fucking day. I think over the weekend, just on Saturday alone, like over 100 people were bombed and killed.
Some balding guy rambling sends £5 and says, Anthony has a girlfriend, lol, gay. Hey, are you calling me a cuck? Are you calling me a cuck for having a girlfriend? Some balding guy rambling, okay? I'm the one who tells her when she's hungry. She's the cuck. Demi, baby, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Don't kill me. Please, baby, don't be upset. Again, she would never kill me, folks. We have a healthy relationship happening. We got our issues like everybody else. I shouldn't even be talking about this, folks. Demi, you're the best. You're amazing. But you are the cuck in the situation because I'm telling you that you're hungry. I hope she never sees this. Oh my God. I have to defend myself. Some balding guy called me gay for having a girlfriend. Back to the chat. 500 of you still here enduring this with me. That's very courageous.
I can show your tattoos in all of their glory, or I can show that your tattoo made it to the top of awful taste but great execution subreddit.
What was the impulse to finally take a stand?
Yeah, well, I think Ethan made it really fucking easy for me. I think honestly the only thing that made me second guess any of it was how it affects other people.
Ethan was mad because people were calling
Toshi said, wow, apologizing to your girlfriend, cuck behavior. No, now I'm the cuck. I guess I should go back on Idubbbz side. If you respect women, folks, you're cucks. I need to start disrespecting my girlfriend way more. What are we doing here, folks? This is a hard act to keep up. How did Stephen Colbert do this back in the day? I can't be mean. I can't be mean to Idubbbz, folks. I can't side with these fucking idiots. I'm breaking character. Willy Mac is destroying my brain. You idiot.
PS on his children, and the content cop was acting like Ethan was lashing out for no reason. But now that Ian's criticized, suddenly he's a big advocate for Palestine. The only time he talked about it is when he said Anissa's half Irish and half Lebanese, so that makes her an expert.
I'll say it for anyone who doesn't know. Anissa is half Lebanese and half Irish. For anyone unfamiliar, the Irish have been on the receiving end of a lot of oppression and genocide. On the part of the Lebanese, they've received a lot of oppression and attacks from the IDF. So Anissa is very well familiar with the propaganda and the shit coming out of Israel.
When called out for this by the entire internet, Ian acts like he's above it all.
Yeah, I'm definitely a loser to a huge swath of people online.
Yeah.
And it's I don't really care to be a winner in their eyes.
I don't care.
Oh, I gotta kind of reconcile with my past moments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I relate in that way, but then I also relate in the way that it's hard. It's hard to be funny, and I can tell that bro really admires a lot of these comedians that he's had on his show. I think he wants to, be something special. I think he wants to be an entertainer, but it's gonna take a lot of fucking pain and hurt to actually discover who the fuck you are, because I don't think he knows who he is, to be honest.
It wasn't overnight me gaining my confidence back, and I'm still probably not all the way there, but
this guy projects more than a movie theater. Yeah, Ethan.
Drac Daripa says, pleasing women is so gay. Raimi Winter says, marriage is gay, I heard. What else we got? This is kind of funny. Raimi Winter says, cuck relationship. Jordan M says, women equal bad. Ooh, you touched the boob? Gay.
should have followed your podcast format, where you hide all your new episodes on Patreon. They've figured out a way to argue that them making boring content somehow makes them a better person. I've subscribed to their Patreon, and their podcast was so mundane, I couldn't bother to slog through it. This was the highlight.
I would say there's some options that you don't think about as existing, especially when you're younger. I didn't think about how I could put an egg in my ramen.
Yeah.
I never considered that.
Yeah.
And it always felt like it was a little bit like lacking something. Like I wanted to put something like cheese in there, but Fluffy put me on to putting an egg in there. I mean, he chefed it up quite a bit. He like would go through the effort of like cutting up some green onions and stuff.
Yeah.
and putting
Oh,
it in
wow.
there.
He was really chefing it up.
Yeah, I think he wanted to do more. And I think that's, to be honest, what a lot of like, I think that's such a
Bro, wanting egg in your ramen, that's such a fucking cuck thing. Idubbbz, you fucking cuck. What a cuck podcast that is, talking about eggs and ramen and shit.
Avenue for people who are struggling with their weight.
How are they morally grandstanding on getting less views? They act like Ian's video saved the sex industry.
The OnlyFans shit happened, and everybody was shitting their pants about me having an OnlyFans. There were some content creators that suggested to Ian, like, the move is to make your own OnlyFans and go in there and fucking just start posting on OnlyFans and make it a big joke. And, like, that's what people want to see. That's what's going to be entertaining. And, like, yeah, we understand what the, like, politically correct, not politically correct, strategically correct move is. But for, in that instance, for the sex working community, that would harm them so, like, so much more than like it would help us.
That's the biggest frustration, is that people don't really, it's like, I'm the one who made all of these videos in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, I understand the game.
Yeah.
Like, of course, like the suggestion of like making the OnlyFans thing a joke.
Yeah.
Like, that was like, that's so obvious
Yeah.
to
One
do
sec,
that.
folks.
But the people who suggested that shit to me are f***ing losers. If you're watching this, you're a f***ing loser.
Oh no, this guy thinks I'm a loser.
I'm gay.
Who would have thought that this would have been the peak of Ian's career? The biggest cope in Ian's video was him saying tons of people agree with him. They just didn't leave a comment or make a video because they're too busy.
I think all of the people who are like, who is like literally winning the argument and who is like presenting a better case, I think a lot of those people are just silent, you know? At most, they're clicking like on a video, but they're not gonna fucking put in like the labor to like make sure their guy wins or their girl wins, you know? They're just gonna fucking kind of move on because they got a life.
He's trying so hard to convince himself he's in the right.
Know that other commentary channels, regular people, when they're trying to get a temperature check about how people feel about this, they're gonna like,
let's get a better angle on
if the like dislike isn't giving them much of a vibe, they are gonna go to the comments and they are going to use that as a template for how they should feel about it. Not in all cases, but they want to have an understanding. They want to be tapped in, because I think a lot of people, that is like it's important. I want to know what people are thinking about a video. But I think there's a big force of really loud people in the comments, and they scare people away. And especially if it's brigaded fast and quickly, like within the first 24 hours of it being uploaded.
Or maybe it's because your video sucks, but let's let him cook.
There's been a lot of people to put out commentary videos about Ethan, and they go bye-bye.
Like who?
Like they're like, F this, I do not want the smoke, I do not want the heat. And even if it's like not genuine at all, it's like there are people out there in different communities that are like, I'm gonna get on this shit and I'm going to make them feel like the internet's against them, and this is the fucking end of their career.
Willy Mac.
Bro, just name somebody.
Which videos are? I mean, do any come to mind specifically?
I mean, I think the left, or the Snark, the HW Snark has like kept track of them. There was like one smaller commentary channel. I think they may have focused on like fucking.
Ethan's basement says, this is actually, ow, I hit my foot. He says, this is a great point. What's happening with this camera? He says, this is a great point from Ian, but I was kind of zoned out. Let's go back and see what he was saying. Sorry, Ethan's basement. Thank you for pointing that out.
Brigaded fast and quickly, like within the first 24 hours of it being uploaded.
Or maybe it's because your video sucks, but let's let him cook.
There's been a lot of people to put out commentary videos about Ethan, and they go bye-bye.
Like who?
Like they're like, F this, I do not want the smoke, I do not want the heat. And even if it's like not genuine at all, it's like there are people out there in different communities that are like, I'm gonna get.
That's true. But I mean, I remember Mika's Rhetoric, such a sweet content creator, such a nice person. She's still making content, thankfully. But like at one point, she was considering like stopping making videos. She's like, I don't know what to do with this YouTube channel anymore. I'm getting so much harassment, so much abuse because of that one H3 video that she made, which was so tame, and she was being so nice about it. And they went after her. Fucking full force. The whole crew is making fun of her, her physical appearance, her breathing, everything, dude. She's such a sweetheart. So Ian's right there. There is no incentive to go after Ethan, really, because he's just gonna fucking go after you and unleash his entire fucking audience. And look, I mean, I'm a small creator. I fucking went for it, bro. I was like, fuck it, I got nothing to lose. And in fact, all we did was gain from it. But a lot of people don't think it's worth it. And if you're a small creator with not a big audience, and without a lot of backing, you're going to struggle. The reason I think we did okay and we survived is because like I'm outside of the community. Like I'm in Lebanon. I have nothing to lose. Like I have no job in the US. I'm not afraid like someone's going to try to get me fired from my job in the US, or like I don't have any connections to any other creators. So I think we were fine. We were able to like parachute in from like the outside, kind of troll Ethan a little bit and come out unscathed. But like a lot of other creators, I don't think it's in their best interest. Like Jake Doolittle fucking ate shit. So many people are eating shit when they go after Ethan. It's kind of crazy. So Ethan's basement is clarifying. He's saying when he said that most people that agree with him have a life and don't make videos about it. Oh, of course. And it's so much easier. There's always more incentive to voice your disappointment or your disagreement online. If you watch a movie and you hate it, you're more likely to tweet, that movie fucking sucked. You're more likely to watch a movie review for a shitty movie, you know what I mean, where the reviewers are like shitting on the movie than where they're liking a movie. You're more likely to leave a comment on YouTube saying you're dissatisfied with something than saying you're satisfied with something. You're more likely to call customer service to complain about a bad experience at a restaurant or somewhere than to call them just to say, hey, this was great, thank you so much. So yeah, there isn't a lot of incentive for being positive online. Negativity pays when you're making content and when you're expressing your satisfaction with someone else, when you're engaging with content.
On this shit, and I'm going to make them feel like the internet's against them, and this is the fucking end of their career.
Bro, just name somebody.
Which videos are? I mean, do any come to mind specifically?
I mean,
Dahlia Carmen says, "Can you give Maki a kiss for us, please?" And she sends $2. Thank you. Of course I can. Let's do this play.
The left or the snark, the H3 snark has like kept track of them. There was like one smaller commentary channel. I think they may have focused on like fucking like Ethan's topics, or Ethan talking about Markiplier maybe. I'm not sure what it was specifically, but that one got nuked. There was a woman who made one. Oompaville was another one.
We got one name and it's Oompaville. Now, I like Oompaville, but he prefaced his video by saying, I don't know anything about the drama. I'm not going to look into it any farther.
I'm not sure I can show you guys a little cat boner, but he's got a little cat boner going on. You got a little kitty boner going, Maki? You look at little kitty boner? You so cute. But he got his little kissy. He got his little... Yeah, Maki's contributing to the rent, of course. He can't stay here for free. Again, him and his sister bit one of my most precious comics today. Swamp Thing Annual #2. Bit right through it. Bad boy, Maki, you're going back to the gym. You and your sister are going back to the gym. No more living the good life over here. Shiny Teeth sends $5 and says, Willy paid for their Patreon instead of pirating it? Cuck! I love people using cuck right now in all of these inappropriate like situations where it doesn't apply. Whoops just became a member. Thank you, Whoops. Love you so much. Cuck. What a cuck for joining our membership, right? Folks, everybody, call Whoops a cuck in the live chat for becoming a member. I bet you, do you have a partner, Whoops, that you love, that you care about? You fucking cuck. Am I right? Everybody who joins as a member tonight, folks, will be called a cuck by me personally. I will call you a cuck, and I will ask the live chat to call you a cuck. Everybody call Whoops a cuck right now. And look at Maki being a little cuck cat right now. What are you being, a little cuck? Maki, you little cuck cat? No, stay comfy. Stay comfy. There you go. There you go. Look at that little cuck of a cat. Okay, everybody's calling Whoops a cuck. Great. Also called Maki a cuck. Everybody's a cuck. We're all cucks, folks. I'm a cuck. You're a cuck. We're a cuck. We're all dudes, yeah. I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes, yeah. I'm a cuck. You're a cuck. She's a cuck. We're all cucks, yeah.
Just sided with Ian on most things. He just says, I don't know the whole time.
I don't know. I really don't know the point of this video. I don't know what's going on. But it's very epic, though.
Okay.
A lot of calling out of hypocrisy, but everyone's always hypocritical. If you're speaking and you're critiquing things and you're judging people, you're always going to be hypocritical, no matter what. Like, it's not possible to not do that.
I don't know what that means.
Apparently, Denims, I don't know if this is true, I'm not gonna fact check it, but this seems like...
Incredible. 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 Hey guys, I'm gonna watch the Idubbbz video, and I'm gonna pretty much take all of it as fact, whatever Idubbbz says, and then any criticism though.
Haley D with another $2 says, if we're all cucks, no one is. Syndrome. That's poetry. I think we're all cucks. And if we all become cucks, you can't accuse anyone else of being a cuck. Again, if you love someone, You're an automatic cuck. You know what I mean? You have to answer to someone. You're in a relationship. You're telling someone that they should eat. What a cuck.
I'm pretty much just not gonna fact check it. It's pretty cool, man. I love it.
When people pointed out how lazy his video was, he co-posted by saying he touches too much grass. Dude, you only had to watch like 20 minutes of the H3 podcast to get his side of things. Is that too much work for you?
Find his post interesting. Remove today's video. Why? Because I felt like it. I'm gonna start doing that more. I'm married. I can do whatever I want. Okay. Also, a lot of people expected a lot of research and taking it very seriously, and I can't do that while maintaining a positive mental state and touching grass and remaining employed. So I'm sorry.
Not gonna lie to you guys, I have stopped following what is happening right now. I'm looking at the chat. I'm just having fun saying cuck a bunch of times. Cuck, cuck, cuck. What is happening? We're almost done with this video. And then we're not going to go back to the Mutahar video. That was fucking boring.
Video that sucked and was called out for missing basic things like CPS getting called, but that's the only way you could think this content cop was good, is if you're missing context. Ian's newest video is on how he doesn't like concern trolling.
Ultimately, concern trolling is just saying something in bad faith. It's very similar to tone policing or sea lining.
Which is so ironic because all he did his entire video was concern troll Ethan and Crazy Make. Now, Ethan famously has Tourette's, so what's the most empathetic couple on YouTube tweet out now that he's become their enemy? Drugs? Okay, it's time for loved ones to step up for real. Parents, partners, someone. I'm saying this so genuinely. It's okay to ask for help. Please get help. I criticized Oompaville earlier in my video for chiming in without looking into anything. But that's the entire strategy Idubbbz, Hassan, and Denim's entirely operate with. You lie, and then you lie to get out of the lie while continuing to lie. And then you convince everyone who doesn't know what's going on that your critics are pro-genocide and are just crazy.
What a cuck. Let's look at this guy's... Sorry, let's look at Willy Mac's channel a little bit. Who does he talk about most of the time? I'm curious. Who does Willy Mac cover? Doesn't he hate Hassan? He's obsessed with Hassan or some shit. Look at my 4G, my lovely 4G internet, folks.
Earlier this week...
Shut up! Okay. Idubbbz career is over. Idubbbz career is over. Content cop Destiny. So he interviewed Destiny. Okay, he's making fun of I'm all Alex, whatever the fuck. I'm Alex. Confronted Destiny. This guy. The most soy man alive. Hassan. What is this shit, bro? Sneeko, pedophile, racist. Okay, we can all agree Sneeko's a piece of shit. How Twitch covered up a predator. That's okay, you know what I mean? Dr. Disrespect is a piece of shit. So he goes for all people, sort of. Leftist. Vosh is a horrible person. Didn't Vosh watch like the cartoon porn or shit on his computer? I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude.
Streamer watched an out-of-context TikTok thinking Denim's getting called a waiting room was because she wasn't pregnant.
But just some of the stuff that he says about women, too. I genuinely don't know how anybody even wants to work for him at this point. It's, like, actually insane. He's like... What did he say? I saw some clip of him saying something about a woman, waiting room. He called her a waiting room. Because she hasn't had kids yet. Huh?
Denim's gets called a waiting room because people wait in her stream until Hassan starts. It has nothing to do with her being a woman. But Ethan's sexist now to everyone who watched these TikToks. Even Meat Canyon, who's just trying to be down the middle, is helping Hassan because this is not a down the middle.
This waiting room insult is so, like, stupid. Let me know, bro, this is like how fucking television works, bro. People watch, like, a certain show. And then, like, that's how TV used to work. Before streaming, folks, it used to be called primetime television. You used to have, like, a big popular show. Then you would try to schedule your show after that popular show so you can get some of the windfall and get some of the viewers from that show to keep watching the network TV and keep watching TV. And they're going to roll, like, after Game of Thrones is done. Imagine, like, it was last week tonight with John Oliver. People, because they're so excited about Game of Thrones, they had such a good time. They're sitting by their TVs. Some of them might tune in and keep watching. Last week tonight. It's okay to be... Bro, streaming schedules are fucking crazy. Every time I stream now, you got Chris Kunzler streaming at the same time. You got Majority Report. We got uninformed leftist people. Have to choose between a lot of streamers. What's this thing about waiting room streamers? People are going to hop around between streamers. And yeah, Hassan is the big papa. He's the primetime show. He's the most experienced streamer. Especially if you want to watch news. He's the guy. He's been doing it for like fucking 10 years or some shit, bro. He streams for like 8 or 10 hours a day. He's got the most resources. He's got like the best IRL streaming kit. If he wants to go out and stream in the middle of a fucking protest, you watch Hassan. I think, dude, anyone spending any time watching a stream, I think like that's like a big success on the streamer's part. Like there's so much shit, so much entertainment vying for your attention. I think it's kind of offensive to call someone a waiting room, bro. If anyone chooses to spend any time here, and then if you want to go watch someone else, if you're bored of this, or if I'm a waiting room for like a Bad Empanada stream, or if I'm a waiting room for an H3 stream, or if I'm a waiting room for a Hassan stream, that's fucking fine, bro. Thank you for spending the time here. Thank you for being supportive. You know what I mean?
Drama.
I don't think that either side's really that fucking, that fucking great, if I'm being honest. I feel like there's a lot of...
Yeah, Vanguard also streams. Everybody be streaming around this time. Like, this is the prime streaming time. If H3 weren't off today, they would be streaming right now. Like, there are only so many time slots that you can stream in a day, you know what I mean? So, you You get it when you can.
Oopsie daisies, right? You know what I mean? I don't know. The problem is he can never say that he's wrong about anything. That is the biggest problem with all of these people. Nobody can just be like, nah, I don't know. It is fucked up. This is.
Oh, Meat Canyon is turned on Ethan. That's fucking awesome. Meat Canyon
She
was
hasn't
a
had
big
kids
H3
yet,
fan.
huh?
Idubbbz gets called a waiting room because people wait in her stream until Hassan starts. It has nothing to do with her being a woman. But Ethan's sexist now to everyone who watched these TikToks. Even Meat Canyon, who's just trying to be down the middle, is helping Hassan because this is not a down the middle drama.
I don't think that either side's really that fucking, that fucking great, if I'm being honest. I feel like there's a lot of oopsie daisies, right? You know what I mean? I don't know. The problem is he can never say that he's wrong about anything. That is the biggest. That's the biggest problem with all of these people. Nobody can just be like, nah, I don't know. It is fucked up. This is fucked up. I shouldn't be overreacting to this.
I agree that this is a problem.
That's true. Meat Canyon's kind of right. Ethan would never admit that he's wrong, and instead of admitting that he's wrong, he has been digging his heels deeper into the sand, defending Hila. And he can't admit that he's wrong. That's it. He's kind of stuck at this point. It's way too late. And Ethan has reacted to Meat Canyon videos like so many times on their show, so this coming from Meat Canyon must hit pretty hard.
Online, but it doesn't apply to Ethan in this drama. He's the only one that has corrected information when he's wrong.
Let me respond. I agree with you. I think that my characterization of it as a utopia, like in that moment, was distasteful, and I wish that I had said that differently. And I see that it came off bad. It came off bad, and I was wrong on that one. I totally agree. Watching that clip back, I'm regretful about how I spoke about it. And I think I did say that, and I think that was wrong. I was incorrect.
Yeah, you've said that numerous times. You actually said you ChatGPT'd against AB when AB was like, I don't think that's correct.
Yeah, by the way, that's something I looked into, and I was actually wrong.
This is trying to disprove what Meat Canyon says, bro. Every time Ethan admits to being wrong to something, he walks it back. He admitted to being wrong about his tweet telling the guy, go to Gaza, let's see how they like a sex worker and someone who does drugs, and then a few months later, he walked it back. He's like, you know what? Actually, this was kind of based. There's nothing wrong with that response. Ethan calls it a genocide when he has to in front of Hassan, but then anytime he talks about it, he calls it a conflict or a dispute. So I don't really believe Ethan when he says that he's wrong, because as soon as he goes home and talks to Hila, she fucking yells at him and he takes it back. He comes back the next day he talked to Sam Cedar the next day. Actually, I think I made Sam Cedar look like a fool. He doesn't concede anything anymore, bro. He doesn't concede anything. He conceded that he thought there should be a one-state solution, then he walked it right the fuck back.
About that, for sure.
But Hassan and these other people will lie and then continue to double down on it. Some of these lies go back over 3 years. I've documented this forever. But
just to be fair, Willy Mac's video is 100 times more entertaining than Mutahar's. Like, Jesus Christ, we watched how many minutes of Mutahar's video? That shit was unwatchable, bro. Mutahar, I watched, how much did we watch? 8 minutes. I tapped out after 8 minutes of Mutahar's video, folks. 8 minutes. Willy Mac, at the very least, I'm going to give him that. He's more entertaining than Mutahar.
What I think is particularly relevant is that Ethan is this ultra-Zionist genocide defender. Sometimes it's because he doesn't cite an exact figure.
You compare the raw numbers, Gazans have lost a lot more than Israelis. 40,000 people have died. And
yeah, Toshi says he apologized to QT and walked that back. He plays the Chestnut song on his IG stories when he addresses either QT or Ludwig. Very genuine apology. Exactly. You can't really believe anything he says anymore. He's just a full-time troll.
Neighborhoods have been completely flattened during this war.
The figure he cites is wrong. It's just wrong. Credible estimates have placed the full scale of the slaughter in Gaza at over 65,000 deaths due to traumatic injury alone.
But when Ethan's video came out, this was a common estimate given by outlets. Another time, Hassan disagreed with one of the two organizations that Ethan donated money to.
His organization that Ethan donated to and urged his fans to donate to is not a fucking charity. They gave money directly to the Atlantic Council under the false notion that they were giving money
our boy,
to
Ahmed Fuad Khatib, who called me a slimy Lebanese man, who called my Lebanese countrymen, slimy. And he said there are terrorists up and down Lebanon, essentially justifying Israel's violent bombing campaigns against Lebanon and their genocidal fucking tendencies. Ahmed Fuad Khatib, انت واحد خرا, انت واحد واتي, انت شقفة خرا, عائلتك بغزة عم بيذبحوها وانت قاعد لي عم بتبس لي تيز اسرائيل والصهيون والصهيونية. واحد خرا, واحد اير بلا شرف, واحد واطي, واحد كلب. Translate that, H3H3 subreddit.
A Palestinian charity.
But if you watch the original broadcast, this guy is completely transparent.
I work at the Atlantic Council, where I'm a resident senior fellow, but also I run Realign for Palestine through the Atlantic Council, and I have a we have like our own standalone website, realignforpalestine.org. There is a donate button, and yeah, so like certainly folks can donate there, but also I would encourage folks to consider the World Food Program has a Gaza Appeals page that is dedicated just for, here, I'm going to give you the page, that is dedicated for sending food just for Gaza.
Hassan even advocates for the same charity they promoted.
Yeah, the World Food Program is one of
Folks, anyone who sends a super chat from now on today will be called a cuck. Lee Levin, the cuck Lee Levin sends $2 and says, is Kitty Maki still able to reproduce? No, Maki has been neutered and Nata has been spayed. They cannot reproduce, but right after I neutered him, him and Nata did do it like a couple of times. He still had some like leftover testosterone, so he could still do it apparently. He could do the act, but he couldn't get her pregnant. So he still got to experience it, and Nata got to experience lovemaking before they both were snippy. Thank you to Lee Levin, the cuck. Nola Magnolia, the cuck, sends 50 Egyptian pounds and says, so I guess that means we are officially Millhouse's cucks. We're all cucks. Nola, you're a cuck. I'm a cuck. Some balding guy rambling, who's also a cuck, sends £5 and says, making donations to DNW in Great British Pounds is supreme cuck behavior. Well, thank you for being a supreme cuck. Some balding guy rambling into the void. We love you so much. One of our favorite cucks. Thank you for being so generous today. Enro Bibi, the cuck, sends 20 sec and says, what does the radio of Ramallah think about this? Well, I mean, you know, the cuck behavior. Everybody knows Idubbbz is a cuck. Jordan M, member for 3 months, says, oh, old Kermit has Ethan by the balls. Lamau, classic, Mossad. I mean, he's a cuck, and everybody knows she is succubus. Anissa is a succubus. She has ruined this man's life. Idubbbz, you used to be funny. You used to make biting satire videos. Now you sit there, and you're just, you're all sad and pathetic. Why? Cuck boy? You're a cuck boy?
The actual humanity.
What did she say last time? I could see some. I want to say, what would you say? I silence means something. Our silence means something. She said it in the last video. That was so bad.
Aryan foundations that they link.
So Hassan mischaracterizes this entire situation and then crashes out, partially because Gila describes people living in Gaza as Gazans.
It's really crazy how Hassan just doesn't want us to help Gazans.
Oh my God. Oh, they're so gross, dude. They're such.
It's not. I always criticize that. I hate it when people call Palestinians Gazans, bro. Most of them are not from Gaza. They're not Gazans. It's just a way to erase Palestinian identity.
Disgusting, genocidal propagandists. Oh my God. Oh, it's crazy how Hassan doesn't want us to help the Palestinians. Wait, did she even say Palestinians? Hold on, maybe she did.
It's really crazy how Hassan just doesn't want us to help Gazans.
Folks, we got a new cuck in the chat. Isabella C sends $5 and says, my first time on the cuck chair. Cheers. Well, welcome, you cuck. All you damn cucks watching this show like your favorite cuck, Idubbbz, Cuck Supreme. I don't even know where this is going anymore, folks.
Oh, she didn't even say Palestinian. She said Gazans. Yeah. Here, another great way to figure out Ahmed Al-Khatib being a bad faith actor is that he calls himself a Gazan American. He doesn't even call himself a Palestinian American.
Why is he making it a big deal? The coverage he watches does it every day.
The Gazans.
Thousands of starved Gazans.
The future of Gazans.
Gazan children. Pressuring the Gazans. Displaced Gazans.
Yeah, that's part of the problem. Everybody calling him Gazans over and over again is a problem. That's what he means. The coverage every day calls them Gazans. What's the problem? That's the problem, you fucking idiot. Fuck you, Willy Mac. You fucking cuck. Dumbass cuck. I'm kidding. Now they're gonna fucking clip this on H3 and try to make me look crazy, bro. They're insane on there, bro. They're trying to make me look crazy for the fucking, what's her name? The deaf girl. Anyways, Anne Frank. I said fuck Anne Frank. I was fucking around. They're like, it's so fucking funny, bro. I love how unhinged they think I am. It's so fucking great. Dumbass Willy Mac. Willy cuck. Man with long last name says, I need to be more careful with money, but I'm a C word. Let's finish it for him, folks. I'm a cuck.
Has tweeted it several times. Hassan himself has described Palestinians living in Gaza as Gazans.
There are definitely a lot of Israelis that do want the Israeli civilians to die, and certainly the Gazan civilians to die as well.
The Gazans did not have access
to... Oh, yeah, no, Hassan says it a lot, and I've criticized him, and people were like, stop criticizing Hassan for saying that. I'm like, bro, I'm going to criticize him. I don't like it when he says Gazans. I've also said Gazans a couple times. It slips out, but I correct it right away. Hassan used to say Gazans pretty consistently. Like, I'm not going to fucking fight with him over that shit. It was just like, hey, just try to say Palestinians, because that is what they're trying to erase. Palestinian identity, Palestinian culture. It's important to use the word Palestine because they don't want it to exist. They don't refer to Palestinians in Israel as Palestinians. They refer to them as Arabs or Israeli Arabs. It's very deliberate. You know what I mean? It's not an accident.
Didn't even say Palestinians. She said Gazans. Oh, they're so gross, dude.
But the biggest sin Ethan committed was not liking a slogan.
You were talking about from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. And
so like at worst, the worst interpretation of that
would be like someone like Hamas or Hezbollah or like terrorist organizations who are like, yeah, we want to actually kill everybody there. That's the worst interpretation of it. I know that there's a lot of people, obviously, vast majority of people who do say that don't want to kill all the Jews there, right?
They're such disgusting genocidal propagandists. Oh my God.
Does he really deserve that label? I'm sure there's plenty of things to criticize Ethan for, but these people are labeling him as something that he's not. He agrees with—
It's something that he's not. Bro, you're such a fucking— How about the footage? Why don't you show the footage of Ethan saying that if the Palestinians leave Gaza and they're allowed to be out of Gaza, what does that mean for the Jews? It means the end of the Jews. They're going to kill all of them. Okay, that is genocidal. Ethan wants to keep the Palestinians fucking imprisoned in Gaza, keep them away and separated from the Israelis, because if you don't, he thinks they're going to go out and kill all of the Israelis. That's what he thinks is going to happen. That is genocidal, whether you want to admit it or not, whether you realize it or not, whether Ethan realizes it or not. But he's so fucking brainwashed that sounds normal to him. But being like this section of the population is so dangerous, is so scary that we cannot mix with them, because if we do, they're going to kill us, means that he is indirectly saying that these people are less than human, they're fucking dangerous, and they deserve to be fucking bombed and nuked into fucking oblivion.
them on all the biggest points.
And the government of Israel is a colossal failure. Netanyahu's a war criminal, a fucking psycho. Into the genocide happening by settler fucking lunatics, and they're hellbent on genocide, frankly, overtly. They've committed tons of war crimes in Gaza, including the killing of children.
This was like a year and a half ago, bro. This was 2 years ago. He refers to it as the conflict and the dispute. Like, who's this video for, bro? H3 fans and people who haven't been fucking following this as closely as we have, bro. I know every fucking detail, unfortunately, of this idiotic topic, bro. In and out, bro. What are you trying to do here, man? You're really trying to fool us? And like, how many views did this get, though? Like hundreds of thousands of views?
Obviously, because Gaza is one of the most densely populated places in the world. I'm pulled myself all the way to, outright saying that it's apartheid, that it's genocide, that the Israeli government is committing. Happening in Gaza is a terrible humanitarian crisis that we should all care about. If you're pro-genocide, then we're definitely gonna have a disagreement.
Bro, all of these comments on every video call him a genocide supporter because he doesn't like every single thing these guys say and do.
I don't know what's going on. But ever since October 7th, it's like I'm nothing more or less than a Zionist genocide.
He's literally been trying to deplatform everybody who is pro-Palestinian, real pro-Palestinian. To Ethan Klein, being pro-Palestinian is being Ahmed Fuad al-Khatib, who is literally an Israeli propagandist who all he talks about is how Hamas and Hezbollah are bad. That's all he can talk about. And I wish we could watch that fucking Jubilee video. I wish we could, but we would get a copyright strike.
Nothing.
Genocidal propagandists. Oh my God.
At what point are they just slandering him? And the most cowardly part is they hide behind the dead bodies of Palestinians to avoid any accountability on this.
It's also wild because the political content creator in question is an anti-genocide content creator, and the arguments they're attacking him for are anti-genocide arguments. So these creators, they're positioning themselves in opposition to him and his arguments, de facto positioning themselves on the pro-genocide side. Anti-genocide is pro-genocide. It's quite the precarious predicament they've placed themselves in.
He's twisting himself into a pretzel trying to explain it. You can't criticize Hassan, otherwise you're pro-genocide. It's so stupid. I watched Noah Samson's most recent video about Ethan Klein and Mutahar suing him for defamation, and I was blown away when I heard his explanation for why Mutahar is pro-genocide. It's because he criticized Hassan for his Houthi interview. One of the worst interviews in all of YouTube. I have an entire video on it. Go watch it.
Does he know what One Piece is?
One Piece, is that an organization?
No, One Piece is an anime.
We have a rare Nata appearance. I believe Nata is the culprit for biting the comic book today, folks. I believe Nata is the one who bit the comic. Nata, you want to go back to the gym? You want to go back to hiding under the treadmill? Because that's what's going to happen if you bite one more comic book.
Is it Lofi?
Yeah, he said he's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes.
I think he hasn't spent much time with Chinese people, but one of the captain was Chinese, and he did qat with them, and he danced to music with them, and he was vibing. So he likes him. Yeah.
So I mean, what? That's so crazy. So they're just fucking chilling with the captains. Like, I don't understand.
To be clear, we're talking about a man they took hostage.
America's like so America's like blowing them up.
Trying
they're just like doing
attack Nata. Let me see if I can
and fucking chilling with the captain.
Let's try and see if I can. Nata, you're gonna come over to hang out with Maki and look all cute for the camera, and get the two of you there. Get some golden footage. Oh, don't be blocking now. She's not interested. Die, Habib, die. Taya na tutti, Taya. Taya, boo-boo. Biting comic books. You biting comic books? Chico. Poopy, poopy, poopy. Oh. Oh, little baby. Little baby Nata. She's got a little long tongue for such a little small head. You have a long little tongue for a small head. Oh. Sorry, you're so cute. You're so cute. Let me give you a kissy. Let me give you a kissy. Oh. Oh, not happy? No? Go. Such a sweetie. Sorry, guys. We need to take these little breaks.
Like, how does he feel about that? Isn't that crazy? Like, I don't know how to describe it.
They essentially claim, we couldn't have possibly supported a genocide because elsewhere we have said that we don't. We said that genocide is bad, so we are exempt from any criticism for any other things we may have said that do actually support a genocide. For this point, one of the quotes that they cite is
Ethan's Basement says, I've been cucked by Nata, folks. I've been cucked by my own cats. Cucked because I love my cats. When every time I feed my cats, I feel like a cuck. I'm like, you guys are hungry? Are you guys hungry? Then I'm like, fuck. I'm cucking the cats, or I'm a cuck. Who's a cuck? Are they cucks because I feed them? Or am I the cuck for feeding a cat and loving a cat? What is a cuck, folks? Freud's hot mom says there needs to be a Nata and Maki emoji. Well, Freud's hot mom, Ethan's Basement was kind enough to draw like beautiful fan art for us like a few months ago, and it includes Maki and Nata. I'm gonna ask Nour to actually like cut those out into little cute little stickers that you guys can use here in the chat. That would be super fun. Nour, let's do that. If you're in the chat, Nour, let's use those Nata and Maki art pieces that Ethan's Basement so graciously and generously did for us. And let's have members be able to use those in the live chat. That would be fucking adorable. Let me try to see if I can pull up that piece of art right now. I'm gonna show it to you on my phone. These would be adorable ass stickers. Are you kidding me? Here, hopefully you guys can see. There's Nata and Maki and myself, drawn by the man, the myth, the legend, Ethan's Basement. So these would be adorable to have. Sorry for the bright lights, but you guys get the idea. You guys can check it out on our Do Not Worry Pod Instagram page and show Ethan's Basement some love. Let's get back to the video.
Mutahar saying, I'm not afraid to say that genocide is wrong. Wow, how brave of you, Mutahar.
He feels like he has to say that because you keep saying otherwise.
Aside from that being just false, Mutahar stayed silent on Gaza throughout the entirety of the genocide until it was time to join his friends on a Hassan Bad smear campaign. If that's not...
Ethan's Basement says I can send them to you. Fuck yeah. That would be fucking awesome if you can send them as like individual little individual characters, and we will add them to the chat as emotes. That would be an honor. Ethan's Basement, we salute you wherever you are in Europe. Le basement de Ethan.
Fear, I don't know what you'd call it.
No, don't remake them. Don't remake them. They're great. Don't spend any more time working on this Ethan's Basement. You've already spent more than enough time working on these. They're perfect the way they are. Please don't spend any time working on them. Please, please, please. I really don't want you to spend any time on this.
That's it? Muta didn't make a video on the conflict? Pro-genocide. Muta criticized Hassan? Pro-genocide. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Muta was a Canadian YouTuber. Didn't realize he was the Prime Minister of Israel. This is the propaganda machine at work. Lie about people who criticize you. When you get called out, crazy make them. Support people who dox or falsely called CPS on them. Then when they respond to that, concern troll. Hide behind the dead bodies of children. Act above it all, even though they instigated it. That way everyone who's not paying attention will think you're the rational one. It's really dangerous to conflate anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism, but it's completely acceptable to conflate criticizing Hassan with being pro-genocide. I'll probably get blamed for killing an entire school bus worth of children for uploading this.
Okay, idiot. Fucking Willy cuck. Criticizing Hassan is not the same as criticizing Israel, but when you criticize Hassan for his criticism of Israel constantly and try to get him deplatformed for calling him a terrorist supporter, yes, that is kind of pro-genocide adjacent, at the very least.
YouTube video.
What you're doing with your platform is entirely negative against pro-Palestinian voices. Yeah, of course people are going to think you're fucking anti-Palestine. And I personally think that too. I do think that. The fact that while Israel is doing a genocide, a lot of these people have shifted their priority directly to drama slop and to attack people who call out Israel's genocide. We'll never fucking forget these monstrous pieces of shit for looking at a situation like the one happening, the one unfolding in Gaza, and choosing to never say anything about it, only to then make these fucking drama videos to call out the people who call out the Israeli government. If that's what you choose to do after 12 months, 13 months, 14 months of genocide, then you are less than nothing to me. Tens of thousands of children fucking destroyed, okay? I read accounts from a parent that felt fire for the first time, woke up, okay? Immediately grabbed her son, started running out of the house.
Like, Maki's running around with the ball, and Nata's like trying to keep up with him. Let me try to show you guys what's happening. Oh, that's actually such a cute shot of little Natu. No, she's eating Bernie Sanders' hair. Don't eat Bernie's hair. Play together. No. Mike, get the ball. He can't find his ball anymore. Not that you're blocking the camera. All right. Okay. We're almost done with the slop.
And in the process, didn't realize that her son felt a little bit lighter. He turned back around and saw that it wasn't her son that she was holding. It was simply her son's arm. Okay? That is the daily reality for Palestinians.
He's using a dead kid to shield valid criticism. It's so gross.
He just uses being pro-Palestine as a way to try to dance on this fucking tightrope where he gets to say whatever the fuck he wants.
That's you. These people want diplomatic immunity. Can't criticize Hassan because he is critical of Israel. Can't criticize Ian because he runs a for-profit charity.
Ian is the only person who gets a pass for torpedoing his own admission, torpedoing a charity event. Why are we giving Ethan a pass for saying he wants the charity event to fail, effectively getting the charity event to fail and to postpone, and for the original creators to divest from?
Nothing is ever these people's fault. Hassan can't get stopped at an airport without blaming his critics.
These fucking dumbass slop tubers are actually playing with fucking fire. And I even thought about not even mentioning this because I was like, I don't want to give him any sort of like power over the situation. But like, the reality of the matter is 100% the Trump administration is inadvertently working with a lot of these fucking dipshits. These dipshits are playing a formative role in getting people in trouble with the law.
This guy lies so much in this video. It's comical. These people are such spurgs. Ryan Beard announces that he's criticizing Ethan in an upcoming video, and Hassan tries to gatekeep it. If you're a YouTube content creator who hasn't said dick about it—
By the way, Ryan Beard, I think, decided not to make the video anymore. He pussied out of it, so that's fun.
Israel-Palestine, and you're only now starting to let your critical positions on Israel be known after 19
so
months of genocide, since it's no longer going to—
this is so great. Idubbbz is such a cuck.
Cause you severe career penalties, and you spent a moment finger wagging at people who have been correct the entire time. I will absolutely come after you. So you just argue with people that agree with you. Argues with Ethan, argues with Ryan. I will absolutely come after you. You aren't gonna do shit. Oh no, Hassan's gonna react to Bad Empanada watching somebody else's video, and then get up and leave halfway through. I have a lot more to say about Hassan, but that'll be part of a much bigger video. So subscribe to the channel.
Oh God, oh God. A much bigger video, which we'll definitely react to here, folks, together. I need to catch up on some super poopa chats. CH, the cuck, says, here is some cuck money, Anthony. Well, there you go. CH, welcome to the cuck family. You're a cuck as well. Haley D, the cuck, our queen cuck, sends $2. Didn't you turn Nour into a cat? That is actually, those are Nour and Karine right now, running around, not Maki and Nata. Thank you so much, Haley D. We love you so much. Alice sends £5. I want to say thank you for being Anthony and for creating this channel, but that would be such a cuck move, Alice, you damn cuck. You out here trying to be nice, but you're just being a cuck on the internet. How dare you be nice to a creator that you like? Thomas Jerome Newton, the cuck, sends 5,500 CLP and says, Nata and Maki equals Kaya. Cat owners are the pay pigs for Sekhmet and Bastet. Well, Bastet, exactly. You know what I mean? Egyptian gods are what we do over here. And these cats are exactly that. And, you know, it's nice to have a little break. You know what I mean? Kaya, it's harder to predict dogs. You just put a bed and the dogs will chill on there. I got lucky with this fucking blankie. I got lucky because this blankie is a cat magnet for the most part. So at the very least, at least I can have Maki chilling here with us. But like cats are unpredictable. You know what I mean? A dog, especially a big dog like Kaya, they need to sit down and get their rest. These cats are running all over the place. But I did feed them before streaming. I usually feed them after streaming, so they start getting kind of crazy. They're chill today because they've been fed, so they've not been acting too crazy. Thomas Jerome Newton with another 5,500 CLP says, Hassan is already having problem with border control DHS. I know. I thought I was going to have the same. I think my next trip to the States is going to be a lot wilder. I think when I came in, it was still too soon after Trump's presidency. I think now I might get fucked, but we'll see. Madness Arcade sends another $5. Thank you so much, Madness Arcade. You've been so generous. He says, did you ever look into the links I sent on Discord and you're going to get a used Switch 2 now? Madness Arcade, I have not. I promise you. I'm going to look at the links. Everything you sent on Discord tomorrow. I promise you. I'm going to write a note right now. Let me go do that right now, actually. As we continue playing Willy Mac, let me go write Madness Arcade Discord. 1 second.
Wallet. Shout out to the homies over on Patreon: Crimson Glass, Riveter, Christina Vina, Mac Monkey, Drain Kobex, Necro Valley, The Confusing Opinion, Eddie Bizzle, Tismic Fitz, Christopher H, Sennial Music, Lucasif, ET Automatic, Snoopy Poop Doop 2, Amur MLB, Rooney Boo, Drew is Sharon, Clown Factory, Monkey D Luffy, Shura, Mustard Shirt Guy, Tiffany Sullivan, and the Mega Homies: Hellison, IGP, Your Taxi, Cyber Katie, Lori Loaded, Papa Gut, Caden Lulin, BA Subway, Hawk and Load, Kitty Cat, Terax, Fayander, John Manfreda, Trick, Lucas, and Katie Hawk.
Last season, we watched James Martin walk away from an offer from Kevin O'Leary for his wine by the glass business, Copa di Vino.
I'll buy 51% of it for $600,000.
Oh, no.
The opportunity is...
No. Fuck 13 seconds, bro. This might get me fucking copyrighted. Goddamn fucking Shark Tank. I watch way too much Shark Tank on YouTube, folks. Fucking Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, gonna get my video fucking blocked worldwide because of 13 seconds of Shark Tank with goddamn autoplay. I put down a note, Madness Arcade, that's it. And I can't put the post-its anywhere because the cats will take them down. Haley D sends $2. Nata will mortar that doll in secret. Oh, they've tried to kill every single stuffed animal here. Nata and Maki have tried to murder every single stuffed animal here. Fucking Kevin O'Leary. Gonna get me fucked. Elab is like Shark Tank Lamau. Jordan M says Shark Tank is a show about cucks. Hey, look, I fucking love Shark Tank. Okay, Kevin O'Leary turned into a piece of shit recently with like his pro-Trump and pro-tariff shit. I know, guys. Chill out. Okay, I used to watch this a long time ago, and it's had a resurgence in my life. It's fun, comfort stuff to just put in the background and watch people pitching and debase themselves for money from billionaires, folks. It's always fun. But I think I'm gonna get slapped with a copyright for this. God damn it! At least the music. 13 seconds. What happened in the first 5 seconds?
Last season, we watched James Martin walk away from an offer from Kevin O'Leary.
God damn it, bro. I swear to God, this could be enough to block this whole fucking live. Cuck Tank. How long have we been streaming? It's been 2 hours. Look, the Mutahar video we're not going to watch anymore. Just as a conclusion to this Idubbbz stuff, and I know I'm using clickbait on the title. I'm done defending Idubbbz. What I want to say, and in all seriousness, no character. I will always defend Idubbbz, okay? I used to look up to Ethan a lot, and I used to be a big fan of H3. And this show is inspired by H3. That I've made no that is not a secret. If you've watched this channel ever since I've been talking about H3, you know my story with H3. This is basically the Lebanese H3 podcast, the way I used to describe it. And I used to look up to Ethan, but once he started using his platform to spread dangerous propaganda, I couldn't support him anymore. Idubbbz, on the other hand, is also someone that I supported that I was a fan of for many years. And particularly his documentaries, particularly Full Force. I really thought that was a fantastic fucking video. And I loved his work with Creator Clash. But unlike Ethan, Idubbbz did not descend down like the Zionist fucking rabbit hole. Idubbbz tried to grow as a person, tried to reflect on the content he made in the past. He created some amazing projects. He made content that inspired me, like Full Force, like those documentaries. He did Creator Clash, which was immensely fun, which was part of the motivator for me to start boxing. Not that I waited for Creator Clash to box, but like I was kind of old when I started boxing. I started boxing at 32. Also seeing these like skinny nerdy YouTubers boxing kind of gave me hope that like, hey, maybe I also could do this. Maybe being 32, a 32-year-old YouTuber, it's not too late for me. So I also appreciated that, and seeing Idubbbz going through that training and going through that transformation made me think that, hey, I could probably do that as well. And it's been a real motivator. Whoa. It's been a real motivator for me for the past few years. So I don't care how many strays I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna get. Like, even when defending Frogan on the internet is not the most popular thing to do, I'm gonna do it. I don't care because it's the right thing to do. Defending Idubbbz and Anissa. I don't know these people. I've never met them. I'd love to meet them. If you, again, they know that if they ever come to Lebanon, they're more than welcome to hang out. And I'd love to have them on the show and meet them and have the crew meet them. I'm always gonna defend Idubbbz and Anissa as long as they're not doing anything to harm anyone. And in my humble opinion, they've not done anything to harm anyone. In fact, they're throwing a fun boxing event that has helped raise money for charity. Idubbbz is growing as a person. Whether you think he's a cuck or not, whether you think his wife is ruining his life, that is his decision to make. That is up to him. That is not up to you and your parasocial relationship. And you get the tiniest peek into his life. And for people to make all of these assumptions and to think that he's unhappy and he's being controlled by his wife, it's just kind of funny to me. And it's obvious that there is, just like you could fairly say that now there's like a big industry in making anti-Ethan Klein and anti-H3 videos. I won't deny that. A lot of people probably make those videos to make a lot of money and to get subscribers at this point. But the same can be said, if not more, about Idubbbz. There's a whole, we've looked at this a million times. If you just write, what happened to Idubbbz on YouTube? Unlimited videos show up. Like in an unlimited quantity, or Anissa ruined Idubbbz, or all that sort of shit. Here, let's do it again just for fun. I'm just gonna write Anissa ruined Idubbbz, and let's go to my desktop. Anissa Joma, ego over entertainment. Idubbbz's wife just got destroyed by the internet. The never-ending spiral of Idubbbz and Anissa. Idubbbz's wife can't stop humiliating him. Idubbbz is unironically evil. Although I came up too. Look at that. I'm done defending Idubbbz. Okay, these are irrelevant. Then we go back here. Idubbbz's wife somehow got worse. How Anissa Joma ruined Idubbbz. They just ran away. Anissa and Idubbbz are so pathetic. Idubbbz's wife is ruining his life. How Anissa ruined Idubbbz's career. These range from 2 years ago to 2 weeks ago to 6 days ago. Like, this is the money-making industry, folks. What happened to Idubbbz Creator Clash? 8 days ago, 230K views. 36K views. Anissa didn't just change Idubbbz, she destroyed him. What a succubus, and he's such a cuck. Look at this one. Idubbbz is a broken man, humiliated, pegged, and ruined. She ruined him. 11 days ago, 139K views. I don't care how much shit I get on Reddit. I don't care how much shit I get on Yeet. The Twitter Yeet page run by a fucking 16-year-old. I don't care how many times I get posted on live streaming fails. I don't care how many times people try to guilt me into thinking, you insulted a woman who lived through childhood trauma only to defend these two worthless. Bro, Idubbbz has done more for me and more to inspire me than you guys will know. Even H3, as embarrassing as it is for me to say, like this podcast being inspired by H3 at this point is a little embarrassing for me looking when you truly find out who Ethan was. But unlike Ethan, Idubbbz has chosen growth. He's a fucking good person, bro, okay? And people are just attacking him for no fucking reason. At least the attacks on Ethan and Hila online and the criticism is warranted. It's fucking warranted. People are going out of their way to make Creator Clash seem like this fucking scam and a scam, an event where they're being as transparent as fucking possible, bro. They've admitted to their mistakes. They've admitted to fucking up with Creator Clash 2. They literally admitted to losing money. They felt so bad that they did a whole fucking separate fundraiser to try to make up for that. So I'm always going to defend Idubbbz. And if he fucks up, I'm going to fucking say it. Like, I'll say it right now. I think Idubbbz should be more aggressive. I think Idubbbz should either stay out of the drama with Ethan or be fucking aggressive as fuck at this point. You know what I mean? That's what I think. But I also think he's a cuck, and I think Anissa's the fucking devil. No, I'm kidding. But I mean, that's where we come from with that. I'm always going to defend people, even if it's the least popular thing to do on the internet. The easiest thing to do right now is make an anti-Idubbbz video. The easiest thing to do right now is make Creator Clash 3 is a scam. How Idubbbz and Anissa lied, all caps, to people. How they robbed people from their money. It's like, I could do that right now. I could make fucking 12 Idubbbz video a week and probably make fucking bank, okay? But I'm not going to fucking do that because I love Idubbbz. I respect Idubbbz. I'm sorry that he's going through that. You know what I mean? And I'm always going to have his back unless he does something genuinely fucked up and something that genuinely warrants criticism. And yes, if you want to criticize the way they badly organized Creator Clash 2, feel free to do that. But that doesn't give you the right to attack Creator Clash 3 and try to make that into a failure. That doesn't give you a right to go into their... just like it doesn't give anyone a right to go into Ethan and Hila's life and try to get their kids taken away by calling CPS. What does Idubbbz and Anissa's personal or sex life have to do with anything. This is just someone being petty. This is just Ethan being completely obsessed and wanting to ruin their lives and wanting to drive them off the internet. And he's using a pre-installed fan base, a pre-installed base of Idubbbz haters, and he's just reactivating them, reviving this 3 or 4 year old fucking Sam Hyde drama, this old cuck shit, bringing it back to life just to give his fucking podcast some more views. You know what I mean? He's done with the Hassan shit for now, so let's fucking ruin Idubbbz's life until I have someone else to fucking attack. So that's what's going on. Let me see if I missed any chats. I missed a couple. EU Watson gifted 5 Do Not Worry memberships. Thank you so much, EU Watson. You're fucking awesome. And Thomas Jerome Newton with another donation. Thank you so much. He says, Do Not Worry is the new leftovers. I mean, I wish I had a co-host that I disagreed with, or actually like do an actual political show. But how long have we been live streaming? Let's see. It's been 2 hours and 24 minutes. Should I do... I'm thinking I could end this today, and maybe I'll try to do an extra live... so tomorrow, the plan is tomorrow or Friday, but most likely tomorrow, we're going to do a anti-Zionist Hollywood celebrity tier list. All of the celebrities that have actually spoken out against Israel and for the Palestinians, we are going to rank them on a tier list from like most vocal about Palestine to least vocal about Palestine. We're going to give these people some credit. We talk a lot about Zionists and shit. We're going to try to give people some credit for doing the right thing. So that's going to be happening tomorrow. I was going to potentially talk about the Channel 5 LA riots video. But would you guys be interested in watching Channel 5 LA riots? How long is it? It's 11 minutes. We could maybe watch that. Would you guys be interested in that, or is that too out of... Let's do that. Let's watch Channel 5. I'm interested in the riot stuff because as someone who's been in a lot of riots in Lebanon, I'm kind of interested
What's
in
up? How y'all? What's your opinion on...
I'm interested in seeing how y'all Americans do it. Yeah, Hunter Schafer. Nour, add Hunter Schafer to the list. She's also pro-Palestine. Please. Let's watch a little bit of this. And yeah, so we're going to be doing an anti-Zionist celebrity tier list. And I still haven't decided if it's going to be the Do Not Worry movie episode number 2, if that whole episode is just going to be the anti-Zionist tier list, or if we do that as a separate video and then I do another episode of the movie show where we break down, like they just dropped a new Superman trailer today. I want to talk about that. A couple of other pieces of news are surely going to drop that we can talk about. We will see what to do about that. But I'm going to try my best to deliver 2 more live streams this week, including tomorrow and hopefully Friday. If not Friday, maybe Saturday. We'll see, folks. This is my new full-time job. Let's watch some Channel 5. The Pigeon just gifted 1 Do Not Worry membership. Thank you so much, The Pigeon. We love you so much. Let us watch some Channel 5, some LA riots. I know Andrew Callahan has done some problematic shit in the past, but I think he does good work when it comes to Channel 5 for the most part. I just want to see this kind of coverage right now.
What's going on? What's your opinion on Pride Month? Is there a reason why y'all ice raids is coming?
Yes, Rachel. And what's cool, the fact that we're going to be doing it live, the fact that we're going to be live streaming the tier list live. If we've missed a name, if we've forgotten a name, you guys are going to be able to contribute to let us know in the live chat. We'll be able to add them to the tier list right away and then rank them. So the more of you guys that show up, the better, because we will be able to keep track of everyone. And if we forget someone, you guys will be able to remind us. So please join us. Haley D, our queen, just gifted 10 Do Not Worry memberships. W's in the chat for Haley D. We love you so much. Let's watch some LA riots, night 1.
What's up? How y'all? What's your opinion on what's going on? What's your opinion on Pride Month? Is there a reason why y'all ice raids is coming during Pride Month? Y'all look like some Halo troopers.
Kneecap as well, Nour. Someone's telling us not to forget Kneecap, so let's add Kneecap. Let's add Hunter Schafer. Let's add Rachel Zegler. Here, let me add those myself. One second. I'm gonna open our document. Not that I don't trust Nour. Nour is the greatest. She's here. Nour is listening. Nour, please add Hunter Schafer. Who did we say? Hunter Schafer, Kneecap, and Rachel Zegler to the list. Muchas gracias. Let me close this up real quick. Yeah, Ethan's Basement is saying Andrew is a rapist. Was that the story? Goddamn, I can't remember. If that's the story, we ain't doing this. L rapist. Fuck it, we're not doing it, folks. We ain't supporting no Channel 5 over here, which is so fucking sad. I wanted to start a YouTube channel inspired by Channel 5. I guess I can. I guess I technically can do it here because I would not be affiliated with Channel 5. Haley D sends $2 and says, Elab Hood has been in my head for a week. Kneecap is fucking awesome. Mudmud, I thank Mudmud for introducing me to them on Patreon. She sent me a DM recommending a bunch of Irish bands. Fuck it, folks. We're not going to react to Andrew Callahan. If he's a problematic creator, I ain't about that shit over here. Too bad, though, because they used to make good fucking videos back in the day, man. I used to like a lot of their reporting. These people are so... Yes, Mark Ruffalo has been added to the list. Macklemore is added. It is on the list. We're gonna have some fun with that list, folks. We're gonna have some fun. So tune in tomorrow. Nour and Karine should be here, as far as I know. I kind of want to react to something else. It's 2.5 hours. I feel like I can do another 30 minutes. You guys want to see what they say about me on Reddit? Let's see what they're saying about me on the H3 Reddit subreddit real quick. Millhouse, when his podcast leaves Hassan's bubble and he finds out laughing at victims. Okay, this one has 1.5k likes. Millhouse, when his podcast leaves Hassan's bubble and he finds out laughing at victims of rape and child marriage is actually a barbaric look. What's funny is that my podcast has existed for 3.5 years before Hassan. They think I just popped out of nowhere with Hassan, you know what I mean? And like, that's all I do. Bro, I got a whole fucking other litany of shit that we can talk about. Like, I wasn't waiting for this to come out of the woodwork. Man, he really does look like Millhouse. And the last clip I saw, he was wearing red glasses frames. Is he trying to lean into it now? It's brown, you idiot. Laughs at civilians fleeing in terror and also laughs at victims of sexual violence. They're so fucking stupid, bro. They said I was laughing at her, but we're supposed to unconditionally support him because of his identity and the fact that he's on the right side of history. Actually, yes, you are. Cheers on Hezbollah next to a gay man that Hezbollah would execute. You know what's funny? Is that I know a bunch of like gay Shia, like Hezbollah supporters, bro. Which is the funniest fucking part of this whole thing. Grievance politics makes even less sense to me than the religions used to fuel them. Hope he gets dragged through the mud for this. By who? Who even knows about him? That's true, actually. That's what I love about it, though, is like no one knows about me. Like we're still a tiny channel with like 28,000 subscribers, but like for some reason the H3 community are so fucking triggered by this tiny little nobody in a tiny little country in Lebanon, in the middle of the Middle East. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody give a shit about us, but except these fucking guys can't get enough of it, apparently. So many of them watch my shit, bro. Like, they're out there watching my fucking shit, unironically, just trying to clip me. Thank you for the views and thank you for the ad money, you fucking idiots, because every view that comes from the States is actually worth way more than a Lebanese view. I just want to check out Reddit quickly. Apparently, AB has done something on his stream. What is AB doing? He's blocking some pro-Palestine people or some shit on his stream. Let's see what's up. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I saw it earlier. I was opening... There it is. Okay. AB blocking people who commented about Ethan on his Greta tweet. Oh, AB. AB. What's happening here? So he tweeted something like, fuck anyone who... What did he say? He said, fuck anyone belittling Greta for supporting Gaza or something. And then people started to reply to AB like, yeah, tell that to Ethan, tell that to your boss, or tell that to Ahmed Fouad al-Sharif, al-Khatib. Let's see what he's saying. Blocking people. Did you tell that to Ethan? No, blocking them. And he's doing that live on stream, huh? Oh, he liked Matt Lieb's post.
Fuck you.
Should you be like, but again, but should you be liking Matt Lieb's post to AB? Don't you know what Ethan says about Matt Lieb? Matt Lieb wants to, Ethan wants, this is why AB is stuck in the middle, and he can't, he shouldn't be in this situation. How can you work for Ethan and support Ethan, and Ethan who's out there every day trying to get Matt Lieb fired by tagging Good Mythical Morning on Instagram and talking about his job all the time? Him and Ela want nothing more than to get Matt Lieb fired, and then AB on his stream just likes his tweet like casually. Bro, you are complicit in the attacks against these people, bro. Like him, so he's gonna ban Benjamin, block him. Tusk, tusk, tusk. What the fuck is that noise? That might be coming from me. My AC. I got
I'm an
white
Israeli.
noise.
I disagree with Greta is doing. Is too performative and doesn't.
You see, like, if I do that on a live stream, wouldn't that be the most boring thing? I'm obsessed because I'm so used to doing like a 1.5 hour to 2 hour weekly show before we started live streaming. I feel like there needs to be something happening. We either need to be reacting to a video or looking at a tweet or talking about something. I can't just sit here and like scroll through Twitter silently. Like, how does he do that? Is that what live? That's why I don't really engage with live streaming or watch a lot of live streaming, because to me there's so much like dead air. I feel like the person needs to constantly be talking and entertaining you guys. Constant talking. Don't shut up. You know what I'm saying?
To hurt Israel on the global stage. Hurting Israel won't make Palestine freer, but will result in a tit for tat on Palestine. Nevertheless, I was about to respond. I was getting real elementary in my head. I was about to say like suck a dick or fuck off, but he did say she's brave. So,
Okay, this is too boring. I guess he's just blocking people. I just wanted to take a look at that because it seemed interesting. Let's go back to people talking shit about me on Reddit. Isn't that fun? People hating me on Reddit. Okay. There. Hope he gets dragged through the mud. No one knows who he is. I don't like the idea of more than one community knowing about Millhouse. I would drag him, but weak. Hey, don't you know it's Arabophobic and Islamophobic and Palestinophobic to criticize a proud Lebanese freedom fighter like Millhouse? And by proud freedom fighter, I mean little bitch. Lol, old swan. Wizard coder. If only the real Millhouse had someone like Lisa to guide him. He finally had his Frogan moment. That's my Frogan moment? Bro, I got a lot of Frogan moments. And I've only been streaming for like a few months. Wait and see what's going to happen a year from now, bro. Bro, I'm going to get so banned off this fucking platform. Oh, missed a few super chats. Everybody who's being supportive today, thank you so much. You guys are being so generous. Like I said, I'm going to build, I've asked Elijah, we're going to build a streaming PC. I'm using an M1 MacBook Air, a 4-year-old MacBook Air, which has served me so fucking well for all these years. Ever since I started my podcast, I've been running it on this beautiful little MacBook Air. But it limits me to one external screen for streaming. I need like 3 or 4. So I'm gonna build a fucking PC where I can also use for gaming from time to time. I did buy the equipment so that I can stream off of my PlayStation for PS5 gaming. But I need a proper PC for OBS and for running all of this shit while I stream. So I'm gonna be building it. So all of you guys being generous tonight is going towards that. Building a PC that hopefully I can build it within a couple of months. Thomas Jerome Newton with another donation. Thank you so much for your generosity tonight, Thomas. He says they're pretty well organized from my Chilean POV. They need shopping carts, barricades, wet their hata, carry around lemons, and protect their eyes. Oh, you're talking about yeah. Also onions. Shouldn't you take onions? Aren't onions good? Peeled onions for like your eyes. I forgot what you need to clean your eyes from pepper spray. I think onions. Madness Arcade sends another $5. Hope he's growing as a person. Did he ever apologize for ripping the Quran? If he wants to make amends, he could donate some to the local mosque. I mean, Madness Arcade, I think Idubbbz, by marrying a Muslim, has already made amends for ripping the Quran. You know, by taking home a good Muslim woman. Maybe not the most religious Muslim woman, but you know, I think that's enough to make amends, at least for the community. You know what I'm saying? You never answered if you changed your mind about getting used Switch 2. If I do buy a console, Madness Arcade, it will be new. Because at this point, the Switch 2 is so new, so even a used one would cost me just about what a new one would. So I would stick to buying a new one, not a used one, but I just don't know. Until there's a game that I feel like I have to play and buy the console, and if I have more time to spend on video games, then I will do that. But I appreciate your passion for the Switch too. Nintendo should hire you. That's how he'd look at Michael if Michael saw him on the street after what he said. This absolute schmuck said about Kate. Motherfucker, my boxing coach would eat Michael in a fucking second. I wouldn't even try to defend. I mean, I'm a boxer too. I've been boxing for 2 years. I can defend myself against Mike, okay? He'd probably whoop my ass, but I can at least, you know, put on a show. It won't be that embarrassing, but I can just call up my boxing coach who will fucking eat him up like fucking lunch, bro, okay? That's all I need to do. I can bring a whole fucking boxing gym. My entire boxing gym will descend on Mike if he dared lay a finger on me. They will descend on this man, okay? on this sad little man and destroy him. That's all I can promise you. Madness Arcade says, Anissa isn't Muslim. She left Islam. She made a video about it. Yeah, but like, you know, her family's Muslim. She's half Lebanese. You know, she's Muslim in spirit, my man. Doesn't have to be technically Muslim. I said she's not religious, but like she's Muslim. Just like I'm an atheist, but like I was born Christian, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Still part of the family. We ain't very picky here, okay? Well, that's been fun. Folks, how long have we been streaming? I think I'm going to call it a night. It's been 2 hours and 38 minutes. I'm going to rest my voice so that we have a lovely stream tomorrow. Thomas Jerome Newton sends another 5,500 CLP and says, Nour as Layla Khalid emojis. That would be hilarious. Nour says, hell yeah, I've been to protest October 17 revolution and after August 4th blast. Hell yeah, everyone here on the Do Not Worry podcast, folks, we've all rioted. We've all been in the streets. We've all taken to the streets to demand our rights. Anyways, folks, I think we're going to call it a night. Hopefully you guys had some fun. I'm going to try to add some time codes to this once this is done. Tomorrow, join us for these anti-Zionist Hollywood tier list. It's going to be a fun time. We're going to be looking at a lot of fun, good celebrities that are worth supporting. Thank you, everybody, for supporting us in the live chat tonight. Let me just take a second to thank some of you guys, like Madness Arcade, Thomas Jerome Newton, Haley D, The Pigeon, Jennifer Sage just became a patron. Thank you, Jennifer Sage. Thank you so much. We love you so much. Live. Just joined our Patreon. CH, thank you so much. Rami Winter, man with long last name. Isabella LC, all of you cucks. Robibi, some balding guy rambling into the void. Nola Magnolia, Lee Levin. Whoops. Delia Carmen, Shiny Teeth. Jordan M. Heather. The Tacky Princess. Raziar, thank you so much for the generous donation. Jordan M. as well. And Raziar as well. You guys have been extremely generous today. Mud. All of you guys are beautiful. You're lovely. Let me take a second to thank some of our lovely patrons. We love you so much. Got your patrons like Ilya Mujabbir, Dominic Selzer, Daniel Nechle, A Rose for You, EU Watson, superhero patrons like Preston Kroll, Zaytoum, Ziedetum Diri, Muhammad Mrouwe, Joey Daboul, blonde patrons like Slim, Dopamaxed, Kelly, and Myri C. And abductee patrons like Mr. XP, Erica Stillwell, Jamal, Ink, Jenna, and Refuzz. We love you guys so much. Let me make sure that Madness Arcade slaps us with another $5 donation right before leaving. I feel bad for people who leave Islam and have that subconscious internalized Islamophobia. Islam is a beautiful religion. It's sad. Get the team on next. The team will be on tomorrow, hopefully. And I wouldn't say Anissa doesn't have, as far as I can tell, doesn't have any internalized Islamophobia. She From the short conversations I've had with her about Lebanon and stuff, she very much loves her culture and her background and like her family and stuff like that. So, and she's very open about being an Arab and being Lebanese. And I think what's happening in Palestine and what's happening in Lebanon is going to move her closer to her Lebanese identity. That's what happened to me. I've been using this time to grow. I've become a more proud Arab, if that makes sense. I'm more proud to be an Arab than ever before. As the whole world kind of stands against us and tries to justify our murder and tries to make us feel less than, I feel closer to my people. I feel closer to my land. I feel closer to my culture. And I would be comfortable saying that Anissa probably feels something similar. And every Arab, especially Arabs that live around the world and that aren't close to home, that are now far away from their families and far away from their homes and watching the news and watching all this bad shit happen, we all feel a little bit closer to home, no matter how far we are. And we're all cucks here, just like Floppy Noodle says. Everybody here is a cuck. You're a cuck. Idubbbz is a cuck. Anissa's a cuck. And a devil. I'm a cuck. You're a cuck. Everybody's a cuck. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, folks. We will be back tomorrow with a super fun live stream. Thank you for the support. That streaming PC is going to be coming much sooner rather than later, thanks to you guys. Let us end on some copyright infringement. Please, the gods, Shark Tank gods, do not let me get. Oops, no. Sorry, folks. Just trying to finish it off on some music, folks. Trying to finish it off with some fun music for y'all. Madness Arcade. Again, I was referring to being Muslim, not Arab. I know what you meant. But I don't think she has any internalized Islamophobia. I haven't heard her say anything problematic about Muslims. Madness Arcade, thank you so much. I'm going to check all your Discord links tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow, folks. We love you. Let's rock out to some Palestinian fucking rap. We're all cucks here, folks. Everybody's a cuck. Let's go. Cucks, unite.
ما هو كل شي باين في المحنة الله بيشهد مين احنا رجالة ضمن طرطش لك بنضرب حرب الليلة ما بنغلب بدك شبال وعادي بنهد لك مرحب فيك في ولاد القدس مندبر حالنا نحل اللغز رنيت على نفحة وكل بخش وكشفنا وياما وكله بصف ولا مرة نخاف ولا مرة ونص بدك بركان بنفقع بنعمل لك حفلة تخش تنط نستقطب مال بس بدنا نقص ما كله عيب.
We have a Do Not Worry playlist. Delia Carmen says, I've been loving the Do Not Worry playlist. I'm sorry, I've played this before, but I really fucking love this song, and I felt like it went with today. I'm feeling this right now. Check out, we have a playlist with all of these songs. Every song that we've played here, you guys can listen to it. Let's go. Yeah, Jennifer, you can find it on Spotify. We have a playlist.
وصحابي ملان في الجلمة نش نعمل غلبة تجينا يا خالي بناخد العتبة تخوف بالليل ندوي لك عتمة بشوف تنساش أنا زي النو سلاح فتاك في بغز رجال تحفر أنفاق ترجع بشوال ومليان أشلاء بلاجين بالجدعنة أنا فاتح دكان من بيعش هلسات.
I just remembered Madness Arcade asked me to play a song. Let me see if I can play it right now, actually, Madness. Hopefully we don't get blocked for it, but let's try. It was called Wayne by S. Zaba. So this is a recommendation by Madness Arcade, actually. Let's see if it's any good. And maybe we'll add it to the playlist.
As we approach the Intifada, the power of people going larger, the truth get watered. Had to look Bob in his eyes, the Trump persecute me for my mind and fuck up my martyr. The right and the left never seen man peace, no they only ever seem to agree that to me it should be slaughtered. The story that you sold them was great, but we all know 1948 was really when it started. وين الملايين والشعب العربي وين والغضب العربي وين.
Zaba, you better not copyright me for this, okay? You got 10K views on that song. We're promoting your ass right now, okay?
الدم العربي وين الشرف العربي وين وين الملايين وين وين الملايين الشعب العربي وين والغضب العربي وين الدم العربي وين الشرف العربي وين وين الملايين. Peace deals fell through in a week cause of side DF don't sleep. It's all proportionate. So what you really telling me? What's a right to a tank but refusal to defeat?
Haley D is asking, would you make a Twitch to stream certain videos? I think I should because Twitch is way more lax with their copyright. Like I'm guessing I could watch Jubilee videos on Twitch. I could watch like reality TV on Twitch. But I don't know if I should divide my audience. Wouldn't I be like spreading myself too thin? Like I don't know. You know, I was thinking of using Twitch for gaming. I might though, because there's like some stuff that I really want to react to, and if Twitch is going to let me do it, and if I can't do it on YouTube, I might have to, Haley, for my own good. Thomas Jerome Newton says, Shadia Mansour, Anita Tiju, Somo Sur. Is that a song? Is that a song you're recommending?
Trying to fix all the damage on my taxes. Props more money to the 8 than the 8 chucks blood. But then we gon' die at the feet or die from the heat. But when you're indigenous, it ain't that hot. My jiddo raised cattle, boy, that ain't your flock. They took away his residence and got a new lock. They took away the business and opened up shop. It doesn't make sense that if I want to see my own country, I gotta go through IDF customs and barbed wire fence. But some kid that lives in New Jersey that never touched a land in his life got a birthright trip. Can someone please tell me what a birthright is? You live your whole life to grow up and be an IDF soldier. Most of your kills come from women and kids. What does that mean?
CH says, Twitch streaming in Lebanon always lags for me. Artful Cadence asks, could you dual stream? Could your new system, if my new PC could handle it, I could try to dual stream. I don't know what the benefits are of that. But I mean, look, I mean, it would kind of be fun to join like the Twitch community. I just want to fuck with all these people, all these idiot Twitch streamers, but they're all leaving for Kick. Like I want to fuck with Tectone. I want to fuck with Sneeko. Like I want to make fun of these people, Aiden Ross, but like if they're all on Kick, you know, can I beef with them?
I know when it's raps, they won't get the message. Just trying to preach life, put it all in perspective. I pray that my music never reaches the masses. They won't call me anti.
Okay, let's try it. One more song recommendation.
والغضب العربي وين الدم العربي وين الشرف العربي وين وين الملايين وين 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 الملايين والشعب العربي وين والغضب العربي وين الدم العربي وين الشرف العربي وين وين الملايين.
He's basically asking like, where is Arabic? When means where, when. That's the name of the song. He's asking, where is the Arabs' honor? Sharaf al-Arabi, like where is our honor? Where is our pride? Where are the millions? I guess he's asking like, why are we helping the Palestinians? Are we pocketing millions? Is it because of corruption? Where? What's nice, inspired by the works of Julia Boutros and Ali Al-Hilani. What's nice is that this is a very low budget music video. Like, you know what I mean? This is nice to see. Let us check out the other recommendation. And let me stop this before more Shark Tank starts playing. Shadia Mansour. Anita Tiju. Somos. Okay, let's hope we don't get blocked. Let's go. Oh, 10 years ago, this might get us blocked, I think. This seems like an old song. Yeah, this might get us copyrighted, I think. Thomas. Let's listen to it bit by bit.
Tú nos dices que debemos sentarnos, pero la para nosotros.
Sorry, Thomas, I have to do this because for old songs like this that are like famous, we might get slapped right away with a copyright thing. So I'm so scared about the fucking Shark Tank thing. Oh, nice, it's Palestino. That's fucking cool. So she's singing in Arabic right now. I'm guessing that is Shadia Mansour. Yeah, I think we're going to get smacked with some copyright for this. So, folks, I'm now going to call it a night. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. It was super fun. Tonight was actually kind of a fun stream. Last time I had so many technical difficulties. None tonight. And I only lost power right at the beginning of the stream. Will we lose it now? No, we're fine. We love you so much, to our patrons, to our members, to everybody who contributed in the live chat. I can't wait to get that new fucking PC. You guys are amazing. We will see you tomorrow for a brand new live stream. And let me just make sure I didn't miss a single super chat. You've all been read. And with that said, folks, thank you so much for such a fun night. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, great rest of your evening. I love you so much. We will see you tomorrow for a brand new live stream. And as always, to know.